All right, yo, Sneak This Podcast. This is Cortez sneaker review number 2. We'll be posting this. Like I said, we're quarantined at home, and our studio is closed, so I will be doing sneaker closet conversations in the podcast from the closet. You know, it's always a good thing to have a studio in the closet. Well, you want to say your name and make sure everybody...
My name's Cortez, and how you guys are doing?
You can look at the camera.
And you guys, I just really want to know how you guys have been, and hope you guys are good. You know, like, yeah.
Alright, so this is my little man, but I told him since we're at home, if we've been at home for a while now, that before I do every episode, I'm gonna have Jay on from Shanghai Soul. You know him, he's been on here a bunch of times. I'm gonna let him do little sneaker reviews with me, and we could talk over some sneakers and go from there. So you wanna talk about the sneakers first? Has your weekend been okay? Everything's been good? You can talk.
Nothing happened, I swear.
Nothing happened, you swear? Okay. You been having fun at home?
Yeah.
That
was fun.
What'd you do today? Play basketball?
Not much.
Oh, just hang out?
Yeah, and also playing with my blades and watching TV.
Oh, Beyblades.
Yeah, Blades.
Okay, they're called Beyblades, not Blades.
Beyblades.
Beyblades. You gotta talk louder into the mic.
Blade.
You'll get used to it. I know it's a little hard for you, but you played your sister today? Everything was good? Alright, what movie are we watching tonight? Because we do movie night every single night with the kids.
Yeah, when we have breaks from school.
Yeah, but since we have a very long break from school right now.
Oh, it's like forever. Like it forever, like it's always spring break.
Like it's always spring break? Well, it's definitely a long summer. So, but I'm happy to be home with you guys.
Yep.
And I love you guys so much. You're my very best friend.
Boom.
Boo. Alright, so you want to talk sneakers?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to talk about the sneaker first and then I talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is an ASIC Bodega collaboration. It's a gel classic. You gotta hold it to the camera. You gotta show it because the camera is low so they can't see it. You gotta keep it up high. Not in front of your face, but you can keep it right here like this. So you want to talk about it? You like it? You know, it's a ASIC gel classic. It's a Bodega collaboration. I think it was called like On the Road or something. I can't remember. Okay, but I didn't get the special package one.
On the road.
I didn't get the special package one, which came with a box that was like a map, and it came with a disposable camera, which was cool. But I got the regular box version. Love this shoe. What do you think about it?
I like the color and I like the pink and I like it like when it
the speckles.
Yeah, like and then
it fades.
Yeah, and then it goes like to another color and then changes like to another color.
You like that?
Yeah.
Would you wear those?
Not much.
You wouldn't wear them much?
I would have wear them, just not a lot.
Oh, okay. So
it's like sideways.
What?
Like how I like it, like I like it kind of.
You gotta talk to the mic. You kind of like it, like 50-50. Oh, okay.
Yeah, 50-50.
This is one of my favorite ASICs. I feel like this ASIC doesn't get talked about enough. The colors on it are really dope. They're very pastelish, Easterish. I've worn these maybe once, twice, maybe. I will say if you do ever get a pair of classics to go a half size down, these are a little big. I love the rope laces. I do wish I got the special box, but the colors are good. This is one of Bodega's really, really good collaborations. I love this one a lot. I think I got this pair off Oneness, maybe. I think I got this before they blocked us. They blocked us on Twitter and social media, so we were talking junk. Okay. So I love this a lot. They're not too expensive. I think probably like $200 maybe on GOAT. Maybe you can find a pair on StockX, but the suede is phenomenal.
It's like $50.
No, that's why you need to be in school, because $200 is not like $50. $200 is $200.
Oh.
So that's 2 $100 bills or 4 $50 bills. You know how to count money. What are you talking about? All right, but these are one of my favorite sneakers. I love this ASIC. I feel like I don't show enough ASICs on the podcast. We talk about them a lot. I love it. And I wanted to go through my timeline on social media and stuff to find stuff that I wore like over the years of doing the podcast. and I've never really talked about. And I don't think I talked about this before on here. I might have, but I don't remember if I did. Sorry if I haven't. Go check this out. Go check out any ASIC classics. Fire. All right, Tez, man. What else you want to show? Oh, gotta hold it up, man. Gotta hold it in the camera.
I like this one because it has a basketball sign on it.
Oh, that's not the basketball sign. That's the Jumpman logo.
Yeah, Jumpman.
That's Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
These are Jordans. What's funny is, even though I have a ton of sneakers, I've never been into like teaching my son about sneakers and show him all about it. I buy him the sneakers that I like, and he wears them in the Vans and some Jordan 4s and a bunch of runners and Air Maxes.
I like this.
You like this?
I like the bottom, and
you gotta talk louder into the mic.
I like the colors on the the colors of the lace.
Gotta hold it up.
I like the color.
Oh, the lace loops.
Yeah, the lace loops.
Okay.
And I really like the white, and I like the Japan words on it.
It's not Japan. It's just graffiti graphics. These came out in 1994. So back then, oh, you know what? There is Chinese characters on here. Unless it's a Japanese. What the heck? I don't think I've ever noticed those. Wait a minute. What is this language on the bottom?
I noticed it.
Yo, if there are any Jordan 9 aficionados out there, it looks like Russian on the bottom. It looks like a few languages on the bottom. Right here. And
if you guys know it, tell my dad. So
tell me. And the Chinese or Japanese symbol, I think these are Chinese. Sorry, I'm not an expert in that. I don't know. I have never noticed these on the bottom of a Jordan 9, ever. I would like to know what this means or what this is about, if anybody knows about that. But this is the Jordan 9 anthracite. I think it's anthracite or anthracite. I don't know. All the years that me and George have talked about this sneaker, and Simple when he was on the podcast, we can never say it right, and we always got corrected.
Do you guys even know? Are you always forgetting the shoes?
Always forgetting the shoes.
Oh my God.
I am. We have a lot of sneakers, and this is one that I wore one time. I think me and Simple wore at the exact same time when we went to lunch one time, and I love this. This is one of my favorite Jordan 9s. To me, olives, the original white-black joint. I refuse to call them Space Jams. And this anthracite, and there's a couple other 9s. There was like a pack. I forgot what that pack was called. The all red.
One time I would like wear.
I've only worn one time. Now, the one main reason why I love this sneaker is because of the Oregon Duck pair. Oregon Ducks to college, and they had a pair exactly like this, and it had, I think, on the back maybe the O or a few Oregon University of Oregon insignias on it, and everybody lost their minds when they came out. They look almost exactly like this, except I think the lace loops are a different color or chrome. And like I said, maybe a little bit of glitter on the outsole. I don't know what it is. I don't understand why nobody liked this shoe. It didn't sell out. It went on sale. Me and Simple paid retail for it because we needed it. Like, this joint is fire. Do I wear it? No. Is it heavy? Yes. Is it extremely hot in it? Yes. All right. But I think it's dope. The suede on it is super plush. I mean, this is probably one of the better made Jordans. Definitely one of the better uses of suedes on a Jordan. And I think this Jordan 9 is very underrated. Even holding this right now, I'm probably going to wear this at some point recently. Like, this joint is clean. I like this. You like this?
Yeah. And I would like, so you wear it once, I would like wear it about 235 times.
So if you had this, you wear it 235 times?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. Maybe I'll get you a pair of these and see if you wear them 235 times. Yeah, right. Do you like these better than the Asics that I showed? Mm-hmm. You do? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, well, thank you. Boom. What we got now? Boom. Oh, so talking about these. Hold them for the camera. Right there. There you go. So what's up with those? So real quick, sorry. Like I said, I went through my timeline and was like, let me find some sneakers that I haven't talked about yet on the show. I don't think I've talked about this yet. I think maybe one time I brought it to the studio. I can't remember. I don't know. I reach for a lot of stuff when I talk about sneakers on this, when I do these little review things before I do an episode on the closet. I reach for stuff that like is easier access. I never go to the top shelves and grab stuff. I hate pulling stuff down. When sneakerheads, and this is for those who, starting out their collection or don't have as big of a collection, when sneakerheads joke and say it's like playing Tetris, it is literally like playing Tetris.
I just read the inside and it says made from China.
Okay, thank you. This is true. Is it? Oh, I didn't say that. Okay. But this is, do you like this? You like it a lot?
I like the Nike sign right here, and I like the orange. Ooh, it looks
Infrared.
it actually looks like a pinkish orange.
It's like a hot pink, but it's called infrared. So infrared is like a Nike's version of hot pink mixed with red. They use it on a lot of classic sneakers that I love.
And I really like the blue right here.
Oh, inside the bubble? Inside the airbag? Okay.
And I like the polka dots. Polka dots.
Polka dots.
Polka dots.
So you like it?
And yeah, it says nice.
It says NYC. That's New York City. I mean, that was kind of cool. You thought nice, but you know how to spell nice.
N-I-E.
N-I what?
N-I-S. I mean C.
C-E.
C-E.
Thank you very much. Don't make me stop the podcast. We're going to do a spelling test. But these were called Ice Cities, I believe.
Oh my god.
Okay, and I believe it was a pack. So this is like the New York City, USA. I have absolutely no idea why this polka dot Air Max 90 represents New York City or what it meant. I didn't do any research on it. These I actually got from a store in Australia. And I got these from Australia because this was back when Air Max 90s and Hyperfuses were selling out. This is back when the Independence Day pack had came out right before this or the same year. The Air Max OGs came out in the Hyperfuse, the Smooth. So all Hyperfuse and Air Max 90s were selling out. And then once we saw what the Independence Day pack, the all red ones did, they shot through the roof. I was under the impression that all of them will. Now, polka dots is something that Nike doesn't use a lot, okay? And this is one where they definitely, made it the prominent feature on it. I had to have these. So a store had dropped them in Australia. I paid a boatload of money. Not a boatload, but a boatload for this back then was a lot. So back then, I think I paid like $236 for these. That's a grip. It took... Actually, you know what? It came pretty quick from Australia. And shout out to the homie in Australia. I can't think of his Twitter handle, but I talk to him every once in a while. Shout out to him. We have a few listeners from Australia, and I definitely know he's the result of that because he's the main one that I've talked to about it. And unless I got it reversed, somebody put him on in Australia. But shout out to you, man.
Can I talk now?
Okay, hold on a second. Why are you holding your hand like you got a microphone? Hold on a second. Air Max 90, Hyperfuse. Hyperfuse because it keeps it clean. This is the type of shoe that you need. Keeps it clean. Love that. Look at that, smooth, right? Can't get stained. You can't really rip it. You might get a little wear and tear on it, but I love it. The only thing I don't love about this was the clear outsole. I didn't know it was clear when I bought it. It's a brownish, tannish color. I still, like I said, the inside is velvet, like a weird velvet blue.
Yeah, I actually don't like the color.
I think this is one of the more unique color combinations of a Nike. Brown with infrared and royal blue. I have absolutely no idea, like I said, why this represents New York City or what it has to do with New York. If you can see inside of here, the air bubble is blue. I've always liked it, Nike Air in the back. It's a clean sneaker. Every once in a while, I'll pull it out. I've sort of trashed them and treated them like an everyday sneaker when I go specific places. I want to soccer practice when my little man wants to go out there and play, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you want to actually play hard, right?
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm begging to go out.
Is what?
That's why I'm begging to go out.
Yeah, talk loud.
That's why I'm begging to go out.
Go out where? Oh, you mean like play soccer?
Yeah.
I know, man. You miss soccer? Mm-hmm. I do too, and I'll tell you this, is that it's funny you say that because, it's tiring going to practice and going to the games and coaching the kids. I coach your team.
Yeah, because, let's say practice today, we have a game tomorrow.
Yeah, which I do like better. I made it to where we practiced on Fridays and our game Saturday because I felt like you guys would have practice on a Tuesday and forget everything we talked about. And then come Saturday, you had no idea what you were doing out there. You completely forgot. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to have it where Fridays were practice, Saturdays were games. So it's better for us.
Yeah.
All right. I like this. It's up to your own taste. It's not the best looking shoe, but it's one of those shoes that you walk out, definitely gets a lot of attention. And a lot of people seem to like it anytime I do wear it. Would you wear this?
Yeah.
You would? How many times?
Like 50-50 times.
50-50? What's 50-50? 5,050 times?
Yeah.
Okay. You're in the extremely gifted class at school for the really smart kids. And you're saying some crazy stuff on here. Okay.
4 times 4, 84.
4 times 4 is an 84?
A kid said that.
Okay. What's 4 times 4?
I don't know.
It's 16!
Yeah,
Okay, give me the box. Wait, do you do multiplication yet?
No.
Oh, yeah, you're only in what, first grade?
Yeah.
I guess I should know that. Give me the box.
Why would you even not know
I
this?
should know that. I'm just trying to think because we do your math homework, and I'm like, wait, you're not done multiplication yet. You're only doing you're doing addition, subtraction, double digit, triple digit, addition, subtraction, and word problems.
I don't even know. I only know 5 times 5, 25.
All right. Well, that's good. Give me some.
B.
All right. So I left this one in the box because this is a special box.
I like the green.
I was having a discussion with somebody about Ronnie Feig and Kith and their collaborations, and this is one that I wear an awful lot. This is probably the New Balance I wear the most, even though Kennedy, to me, the 999 is the greatest sneaker of all time to me. I don't wear it as much because I do want to preserve it as much as I can. I don't want to have to spend a lot of money to get another one. I do feel like if you have that sneaker, that's your favorite sneaker, your favorite sneaker of all time, or what you consider a grail, I don't like using that word, you should wear it. But you do need to preserve some of these sneakers because, like I said, the Kennedy was like the first or the second retro New Balance ever. So I thought that was a dope thing that Concepts did. But Ronnie Feig, Concepts, this was a 997, I believe. 997. One of my favorite models in a New Balance.
So you thunk again.
Okay, yes, I had to think about it. The box was dope, came in a dope box. This is the Mykonos pair. There were 2 colors that came out, a Mykonos, and I can't remember the other one was considered, but it was a blue and a dark blue and a teal. So one of the best parts about this was it did come with, back when stuff came with like multiple laces, like a great amount of laces. This is one of the pairs that did. I've worn these a lot, so they might look beat. They came with 3 sets of laces, which I loved.
Wow, that's so cool.
One of the best parts about this shoe is...
It's inside.
Oh, yeah, the inside is cool. It looks like, I think it's grease. I think that's supposed to be grease. They're Mykonos, but I loved the layering of colors and the 3 separate sets of color and how they're broken up. I think the shoe is incredibly done well. It's one of those things we've talked about a lot. You got to hold it up to the camera.
Ooh.
It's one of those things we've talked about a lot with New Balances, that they put together some of the best quality sneakers you'll ever see. Handcrafted well, the materials are premium, the leather is always premium, but they're very expensive, and they're very expensive if you're not fully into wearing New Balances and stuff. You yawning?
Yep.
Am I boring you?
Yeah.
Give me this. And they're not, and like I said, you will rarely garnish the attention that you do from wearing something that costs the price of a New Balance. You can walk out wearing you can pay $250 for Plum Dunks Japans, and people will love you. If you walk out on these, they'll be like, oh, them is cool. You tell them they're $250, $220, $225, $250. I'd rather have whatever. So, which is crazy because like a shoe like the Japanese Plum Dunks, the Viotex, they retail. What?
I was supposed to talk about it first.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to you. And those retail for like $100 or something, but they resell for $250. So it's one of those conundrums where it's like, dang, do I go and cop a $250 Plum or pay $250 for something like this that's extreme fire? And I mean, it's just one of the best sneakers that you could possibly get for your money. I mean, hands down. The amount of materials, the inside is leather. You like these?
Mm-hmm. Right now.
You don't? Yes or no?
No, because it's dusty.
Okay, it's not dusty, it's suede. The suede is good though, like when you move it, it changes from dark to light. Hold it up in the camera.
That happened before.
Don't cover your face. We're working on this process with he and I, with the camera and stuff like that. He's getting used to it. He wants his own YouTube channel, but me and Mom are trying to figure that out. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of like it now.
You kind of like it now?
I like the orange and blue and the sand for the Nike sign.
That's not Nike, it's New Balance.
Okay, chill.
Okay, I'm trying to teach you. I'm teaching you, all right? So it's New Balance. New Balance is like a more lifestyle company. They do running sneakers and stuff like that. I think it originally started as a running company, but these are made in the USA here in America. They're very handcrafted well, which is why they're so expensive. But this is New Balance. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you some other New Balances another time we do this. But New Balance is an awesome shoe. I bought you some New Balances one time when you were younger. You wore them as a baby. They were Velcro, gray ones. You don't remember. You were toddler. You're not even toddler. You were baby. Okay. So, and they were green, actually.
Like this one.
You were a little bit bigger than that. You were a baby, yes. You were a baby in a car seat. But
same thing.
Yeah, but I do love these. You like these?
Mm-hmm.
Would you wear them?
Not that much.
That much.
Like 5 times a day.
5 times a day? Okay. That's about right. You have anything else you want to say?
And that's what you did. You only said, and we forgot to tell them about the movie.
Oh, why? What movie? Well, you want to say what movie you're watching tonight?
Yeah.
What movie are we watching tonight?
Watching Rio.
Rio? You want to watch that for sure?
Yeah.
Oh, really? You don't watch nothing with real people?
No.
Cartoon
and
tonight?
I can tell them about it.
Oh, you want me to tell you? Okay. You sure? We don't have to.
Fine, you just do it. Tell them.
It's not a big deal.
Tell them.
Cortez is my little man. He's such a tough little boy. I mean, he's my favorite little person. He's so tough. And before we were going to record this earlier, but when we were setting up the thing, I use a lot of zip ties to, like, you know, put the wires together. I try not to have as many wires in front of the camera as possible when I record in the closet, but typically a lot of closets don't come with outlets, so I have to try to, like, finagle plugs outside the door, and it's a whole nine. And I had some zip cords on the wires that I usually take off, and I forgot to, but I took out my straight edge razor, you know, my straight edge, and I cut the cords off. Now, me being dad, it's my responsibility. I should have put it away. I didn't, but I left it out. And of course, him being, you know, Cortez and curious, you know, he's the most curious kid ever. Like, he's the most bravest. He'll try anything except food. He hates trying food. So he messed with the razor, and I don't even know how he messed with it. He messed with the razor right next to me and cut his finger and ran out of the room. He ran out.
I didn't run out. I was like this. Okay.
Oh, okay, because it was bleeding like crazy. He went and got his mom because he didn't want to say anything to me because he thought, why you didn't tell me?
Nothing about it.
Huh?
Nothing about it.
Nothing about it? Why, you thought I'd get mad?
No, it's nothing about you.
What is it?
Yeah, I thought you were.
You thought I'd get mad, right? Which you're absolutely right, because I would have yelled and I would have been mad. Which is good you went and got mom, because mom protected you, because I was mad, because it's dangerous, man, because you could have really hurt yourself. But you learned from it, right?
Yeah.
And you're good, right?
I was like, oh, okay, I'll just go tell them.
Didn't cry whatsoever. You know, you kind of got blood all over the house, which we had to clean up and disinfect.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you
I
got...
didn't!
Yeah, you got blood everywhere. But you're super tough, right?
Uh-huh.
No stitches. Everything. You don't have to worry about being a shot. You're good. So... And which I don't even know why you were so scared about a shot. You've had shots before. You've never.
Flu shot.
You have flu shots. Same thing. But you've had you've had your regular shots that you get and flu shots. You've never cried one time ever.
I would have been crying right now if you told me it was a flu shot.
No, you wouldn't.
So that's why you didn't tell me.
All right. You have anything else you want to say? You want to add?
No.
All right. You ready to
Next time, put better shoes. You know. That's the question.
Okay, first of all, I know a lot about shoes. I just...
ones... you don't know the name. You want to forget about it.
You know what? You're probably right. I don't know the names of a lot of sneakers because I don't care about the names whatsoever. Now, maybe I should because I have a sneaker podcast, but my whole thing about the sneaker podcast is talking about sneakers in a way that nobody else talks about it. Anybody can get on here and say, yo, I love the Space Jam 11. But why what makes the Space Jam 11 special? Okay. You making fun of me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I don't have anything else. Thank you for being on the show with me again. We're doing it again next week. We're gonna review some sneakers again. You gonna talk more? You're not nervous anymore, right? Okay, you can talk with your mouth. You're not nervous anymore?
No.
Good. It's hot in here though, huh?
Well, basically, yeah.
Basically, yeah. Okay. You see his hair. My wife was like, no hat today. Let's show his Corona hair. We love his hair. His hair is all over the place. You think we should bring Cruzy in here one day?
Yeah, probably one day.
We'll do Cruzy in here on the last time we do it in here.
Yeah, we did it like the first time.
Right.
Like on the first episode.
And Cruzy is my daughter. My name is Cortez. C starts with C, ends in Z. My daughter is Cruz, starts with C, ends in Z.
And you always call me Cruz.
I call Oscar Cortez. I call you Cortez. My oldest is Oscar. He's 21. We call him We call him Cortez, Cruz. You Cortez, Cruz, Oscar. It don't matter. When you get to my age, you have a lot of kids. You just start saying names. My mom called me Josh. She called him Greg. We called everybody Willis. Everybody had names that we called out. Okay.
That's weird, though.
All right. Appreciate you guys. That's Cortez's sneaker review. You want to say anything last? You want to say pow pow pow?
Wa-ta-ta-ta!
That's the sneak test. All right, man. Love you.
Love you too. Love you.
You ready?
Let's do it.
All right, yo, think this podcast, I don't know if you want to call this episode 2 of quarantine series, whatever. I got Jay on the phone. Y'all know him as Shanghai Souls.
Hey.
Okay. Real quick, before we get started, I do want to make an apology real quick. Because
to me?
No. To people that were listening. Because I did get quite a few messages about something I said on the last episode. And I will admit, I knew what I said was messed up. I knew it in the moment. I got caught up in the joke. It was super trash what I said. I had made a joke about finding super steals because people get laid off or whatever. And I knew it was trash when I said it. And I could have took it out the show. I just got caught up in the moment and I let it ride. So those people who messaged me and said that was whack, you're 100% right. I apologize for that. I just got caught up in the moment and, I apologize.
Wait, you actually got a lot of messages about that?
Oh, yeah. I got at least 17. I mean, I don't know if that's a lot or not, but...
Let me ask you real quick. How many DMs do you get a day?
I mean, probably around a good 45, 50.
Damn. How many of them are from how many of them are from people you don't know or don't regularly talk to?
Probably every day new ones. I probably only get about maybe 10 to 15 a day that people that I've never talked to before. I don't count the thread that I don't count talking to you and then the other thread that we have now with Andy and everybody. But there are other people I talk to pretty much regularly and then new people about 10 to 15 new ones a day. It'd be hey, love the show or new listener or man, I've been getting caught up on all the episodes. Something, basics or what do I think about these or these fire? Simple basic questions. It's nothing too much, but we get quite a bit. So, especially considering since Cortez started doing his little sneaker review things, I've been getting a lot of oh, he's so cute. Oh, look at him. So, which I figure, it's fun to have him on. He's older now and he loves to look at himself on YouTube. He thinks he's so cool now. So, but yeah,
he sounds just like you. He said something last week that I made a comment on, and I was like, "Yo, what?" He's a little mini you, man. It's kind of scary.
Everybody's saying that, and I'm like, I mean, I guess I'm around him so much I don't even notice it. But real quick, like I said, I do apologize for that. I wasn't trying to make light of the situation. I got caught up in the joke. I understand the severity of the situation, and I apologize for those. I try to provide as much entertainment as I can to a podcast talking about sneakers. So I apologize. Me and Tapes got caught up in the moment, and that was that. So, but like I said, I got the homie Jay on the phone. Jay is our international correspondent. I wasn't gonna make the sound, but I felt like I had to. So, obviously we're going to talk about, obviously his side of the country. I mean, his side of the world, with the virus, sneakers. Put on a good show for you guys. Real quick, hats. Everybody's messaging about hats. I have all the hats. Okay, the purpose of the hats were to release them closer to episode 200. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I could start
I'm
to
listening.
get like, okay. Oh no, I could like it started getting like super loud on your end. But the purpose of the hats were to release them closer to episode 200. So I was going to release them last week or the week before, but obviously with what's going on, I'm not officially doing episode 200 yet. So that's why I'm kind of hesitant on it. But I do want to release them before the Bulls documentary come out, because the Bulls is one of the reasons why I did choose the colors for the hats. It's specific reasons, but I'm going to do I guess my own version of an unbox our own item before I do sell them. But I'm looking to make sure I get those out next week. So just letting everybody know and be aware. I'm definitely upset that I made more than I did the blue ones. And there is no way these are going to be gone quick. So it's gonna suck. I might order more eventually, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I wish I would have already ordered more now, because they would have already been here by now, considering that we've waited. But I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yo, the hats are dope, man. Like that color blocking is fire.
Yeah, and I did it for a specific reason. You know, it's with the tags and the stickers. Like, it's a lot of reasoning behind it. I want to do a video about, and kind of explain that. Because I'll talk about it when I do the video. I don't want to talk about it now.
It reminds me of, I like that hat a lot because it reminds me of my first Chicago Bulls hat. I remember it was when I was living in Jersey. I went into Chinatown and I picked up a fake Chicago Bulls hat. This is when I was in like second grade. A fake Chicago Bulls hat. It just reminded me of that. It made me laugh.
I mean, that Bulls is definitely part of the hat, so I will be talking about that. So I obviously we usually do pickups and releases, early on, but I kind of wanted to hear from you. I think it'd be dope. Me and you had kind of talked about it through DMs, that it would be kind of dope to hear, what's been going on, with the virus and stuff on your side of the world. I think, being in the U.S., everything that we get right now is coming straight from the media. And we know how the media is, and, things that we see about China. It's either China is back on its feet, or it's like, the absolute worst of the worst going on in China. So, from your perspective, having a new baby, I'm glad Gracie and Sammy are doing good. I'm glad that, you guys are safe and, seem to be still functioning well as a family.
Yeah.
How is it over there? Actually, how was it in the beginning of all this?
Okay, so let me start in the very beginning. And this is crazy because I looked at the last time when we recorded. It was almost like 2 months ago. And remember how when we did that episode, it was that Kobe episode. Remember how we did that episode and I was saying how the Kobe news overtook the coronavirus news, and then you and George were like, "Oh yeah, you guys got a literal pandemic going on over there." It didn't even hit the States yet at that point.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So if you think about it, this is a crazy episode because it's like at that point when we had talked, you guys didn't even have any cases in the U.S. yet.
Dang, that's crazy.
Right? Think about that for a second. Like people are like, it was only an Asia thing. And then 2 months later, it's like the whole world now. So it's funny because it started off in Wuhan, right? And in Shanghai, we had just got out for Chinese New Year on January 23rd. That's when I came to Taipei. And I didn't come to Taipei to get away from that. I just came to Taipei to see family because Grace was here with the baby because she gave birth in Taiwan. And so I came here and that was January 23rd, dude. It is now April 11th. I'm still here.
Wow. Wait a minute. Where are you at?
I'm in Taipei.
I thought you went back to Shanghai.
No, dude, Shanghai closed its borders. I can't even get back in.
Holy crap.
Dude, I've been in Taiwan for almost 3 months now.
I thought you had went back.
No, bro, I've been here.
So like, okay, so then is it different in Taipei than it is in Shanghai? Like
Okay,
as far as okay,
so Shanghai got like hit pretty hard, right? So they closed all its borders, and then Taipei. Okay, Taipei is in the news right now because there's two things going on with Taipei. One is a lot of media circles are praising Taiwan because they control, like, we're so close to China, and yet Taiwan's done a really good job of controlling the amount of cases, like not letting it spread. You know what I'm saying?
right?
So, and that's like a positive thing. But a negative thing that's come out right now is because China doesn't want the WHO to recognize Taiwan as its own entity. And the WHO at that time was like, yeah, we're not gonna recognize Taiwan as its own thing. We're gonna count it as part of China. And so like Taiwan is really defensive and being like, hey, we've controlled this thing the best of all these countries. Like, you guys better start recognizing us for our efforts and not lump us in with China right now. So it's like this whole political thing. But Taiwan is like, I've been telling people that message me because they know I'm in Asia. They're like, oh, is everything okay? Like, are you safe? Like, how bad is it? I'm going to be honest with you, dude. Taiwan is operating at like 99%.
Really?
Yeah. Like things are open, like bars are open, clubs are open. They shouldn't be open, but they're open. You know, like,
why do you say they shouldn't be?
okay, so there was a period when it got bad in the States where a lot of Asians that fled Asia to go back to the States to get away from it, all of a sudden they all started coming back because it started getting bad in the States. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
They all left Asia, China, Taiwan, Korea, Japan. They all left Asia to go to the US because they were like, oh, the US is safer. Like, Asia's crazy right now. It's all messed up. And then the second it spread in the US, everyone started coming back. And then when people started coming back, that's when cases started going back up again. So like a lot of Asian countries and cities, they leveled off when people started leaving and they started doing like more secure, more extreme quarantines and stuff. And then when people started coming back from, you know, once they closed colleges, right? Like all the university students, all the young entrepreneurs, they all started coming back to Asia. That's when cases started going back up because they were bringing it back into the country again. So a lot of kids, like, you know, a lot of like foreigners are getting slammed in Taiwan right now because they came back and then they acted like everything was okay. They're like, oh, we avoided it. And they're going out like partying, they're going out clubbing, they're going out to the bars and like, you know, acting recklessly. And then numbers started going back up again. So that's why I said like people are still going out. I mean, life is pretty normal. Like, I'm out at a coffee shop right now. I'm sitting in the corner, obviously, with my alcohol and my mask and stuff. But like, if you go out onto the street, like, business is as usual. Schools are still open. Like, all businesses are open. Yeah. So it's for people that are in the States right now, like, what y'all are going through is what we went through about a month and a half ago.
Okay, so then, you know, you saying like you're wearing the mask and stuff right now. Did you ever wear a mask prior to this?
So for me, no. I don't like wearing masks. My wife, though, she wears a mask on like bad pollution days, and then she'll wear one on an airplane. Like when we travel back to the States and stuff, she'll wear a mask. But like for me, it's not my day-to-day like comfortable wear. Like, I'm not used to wearing it. Like, there will be days that I still forget it. Like, I'll forget, I'll come back and I'll get it, but I'll forget to wear it sometimes.
See, I haven't been wearing one. Like, I mean, a lot of people here in the States aren't wearing them. And it's, you know, a part of it is, arrogance. Like I said, like what we have here in the States right now in the news and everything we have. I mean, this is the U.S. The U.S. is just arrogant all the time,
Yeah. Yeah.
So where, I have personal friends that like I consider family that I've been arguing with who just don't take it serious whatsoever. Like they don't care at all.
Yeah.
And it's still like you can still feel in the air that part of everybody is like, this is some government nonsense. We're fine.
Yeah.
We'll get, if you get it, you'll be fine. You're not old. It's not that bad. And you know what? I will admit that there are so many here that like are actively acting that way. You start to slip into it and start to think, you know what? Maybe they're right. You know what? Like, maybe it ain't that bad. Maybe we just all tripping,
Bruh, I totally understand that because, so obviously I'm because of the baby, I'm like super careful. Like like Grace takes it to a whole nother level. Like if I'm like a level 7 careful, she's like a level 11 careful. She's like, she barely steps out of the house. She disinfects everything in the house like multiple times a day. If she goes out, she comes back and takes a shower, puts everything in the wash. Like, I'm pretty careful, but because Taipei is so fully functioning, like life is normal, it kind of messes with my head a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I'll go out to go buy coffee, and normally that's just the only time I leave the house. Like, I'll go out and pick up a coffee during the day, and then I'll see like people out and like, just buying groceries, just sitting at coffee shops, like standing outside, just smoking their cigarettes, whatever. Like it's as if it's nothing, and that part messes with my head, but it's also scary because it's still an ongoing thing, and people are acting like it's already over in Asia. Like, because Shanghai is almost fully functioning now too. Like, there's still a lot of, go ahead.
Okay, so then what is it like in Shanghai? Because the fact that, you're saying that it's like almost back to normal in Shanghai, why can't you go back?
Okay,
Besides,
there's a couple of reasons why I can't go back. Number one is because they're not allowing foreigners, if you don't have a China passport or China ID, to go back, because they don't want an influx. Once they open that up, they're afraid people are going to start traveling again and bring it back. So right now they've not only so it's almost like they've quarantined the whole city. You know what I mean? Like, no one can come in. I mean, no one, if you're a foreigner, can come in. So that's number one why I can't go back. Number two is because if I go back, I can't risk bringing the baby through it, because once you go back, you have to go through a mandatory test, and they take you to a facility to get tested. They do like the nucleic acid test, where they like stick the swab up your nose, like through your down your throat and everything. So it's really uncomfortable. And then just the wait times of that test are anywhere from like 3 hours to like 8 hours.
Oh, that's right. You did tell me that.
Yeah. And so because of that, I'm not willing to just wait in an area of high risk with Grace and my daughter. You know what I mean? Like, it's just too risky. So now if it were just me, once they open, I would go back. Like if I were single and just by myself, I would have gone back, a month ago, before they shut down the borders. But because of that whole process, it's just too taxing for the little one. I mean, she's only 3 months old. Like, I can't have her in a baby carrier for 4 to 5 hours, 6 hours. So that's just too crazy. But I have friends that are in Shanghai right now that never left, and they're like, we're going out to dinners. When you go out to dinners, they take your temperature at the restaurant. They spray alcohol onto your hands. I think they said that they were managing how close you sit to people, but a lot of things are starting to open back up, which sounds like in the States, like that sounds better than what's going on in the States right now.
Well, so then what they're saying, taking temperatures at the restaurant, spraying your hands and stuff like that in Shanghai, is that like looks like on that side of the world going to be the norm forever, or is that until they get further green lights that it's okay?
I think that this will be the new norm for a long time, dude.
Okay.
Like I think the spraying, maybe not the mask part, because I just think people just don't like wearing them. Even though even though when you go out now, it's crazy, man. If you go out now, it's like wearing underwear. It's like everyone has it on. Like everyone has a mask on, and now the government in Taipei has allowed like taxi drivers and like public transportation, like the bus drivers, to not let people on or accept rides if their customers aren't wearing a mask.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they're like, you're not being safe. You need to be safe. You need to like take these precautions, and if you're not doing that, I have the right to refuse you. And one reason why Taiwan did such a good job is because you know how like everyone in the States was like hoarding everything, right?
Right.
Which probably still happening right now. Like Taiwan Taipei really early on was like, okay, we can't allow that because only, maybe only the rich people could get access to it very quickly or whatever. So what they said is, with now all masks are only being sold at pharmacies, and you have to present your health card in order to get it, and you can only get it like once a week. So it's like regulated, you know what I mean? There's like a system to it. Like it doesn't matter if you have like $100 in your pocket or if you have like $1 million in your pocket. It's all done through a scan of your insurance card, and it's like, oh, you've already collected last week. Okay, you're good to go. Or, oh, you just collected yesterday. You can't get new masks today. Sorry.
See, it's just so weird here because, the hoarding of stuff, it happened early on, and it's still pretty much that way. You can now find paper towels, but you still can't really get toilet paper. But I've seen it back on Amazon and in stock. If you really wanted to get toilet paper, you really could. And then like all the meat and stuff like that. And I know majority of it was just the overreaction of fear and stuff. Like I said from day one, everyone here was preparing as if we were going to have to like pack a backpack and leave our home and start heading north, start walking, the way people were acting here was like that. But now, and then at that moment when all of that was happening, it was very annoying. You thought everybody was out of control. You thought it was ridiculous. But now that like it's slowly coming back, it makes me worried. Like I hated the fact that the stuff was sold out, but now that it's not, it makes me feel like people are caring less. Like I don't have enough faith in a lot of people that they're smartening up. Like,
oh, dude.
Like all the Ziploc bags and everything are gone. And I know they've like bought all the chicken and like separated the chicken and put them in Ziploc bags and started like freezing all their foods and buying up like the fresh vegetables and cooking them halfway, then freezing them and making their own. Like they're doing a lot of these things. Like, and I went to the store just to go buy some stuff to mop the floor. I couldn't even buy Pine Sol. Like I understood the Clorox wipes. I understood the sanitizer. I got all that. But man, like, I was like, man, I just trying to mop the floor,
Yeah.
And it makes me worry. Like I see a lot more people wearing masks than we did, in the last like few weeks. A lot more people are definitely wearing them, but it's not enough to say everybody's wearing them.
Right.
Like I just don't know. My concern is after this, like either in the States that once they say, hey, proceed as normal, people are going to be either over the top normal or still the same way. And I don't know which way I prefer. Like it's such an up and down. Like hearing you in a coffee shop and all this stuff, it makes me jealous. Like
no, I know. I totally hear you, man. Like I totally.
But then to hear that like you're wearing a mask and Grace is still scared, and you explaining how people that fled the Asian area to the U.S. are not coming back from the U.S. back to Asia, and it's starting over again. It's like, how do you stop this,
dude? I know it's a vicious cycle. It's a super vicious cycle, and that's why So like I'm a teacher, and that's why our school still isn't. I mean, we've been doing so. Like I know how everyone in the States is doing like online learning, right?
Right.
I've been doing online learning. This is week 9 for me now. I've been doing this for 9 weeks, bro. Like our school was one of the first ones to implement online teaching because it happened in China first, right? So right when I left in January 23rd, the week after that, after Chinese New Year, I was doing online teaching. Like to think about like how much I've already been through this, you know what I mean? So it's like, I feel bad for everyone in the States right now because they don't know how much worse it could get. I mean, I'm not trying to scare anyone, you know what I mean? But this is just like, you guys are probably like about halfway through what we've already gone through.
And it's so hard with, with our leadership that's how I'll put it. It's so hard with our leadership that I don't feel that they make any of us feel it's as serious as it is.
Oh, and that's a huge problem because like for people that like for myself, right? I am one of the people in the beginning that was like you, very skeptical. I was like, how bad is this? You know, like, come on, like, does that mean I can't go out to dinner? Like, I was very shallow in my thinking, right? Like, very naive. I was like, oh, I got to cancel my plans. Like, that's a bummer, right? Like, but at least the government gave me, not the fear, but they were telling us, the people, like, hey, this is a real thing. You need to be careful. Like, please stay inside. Like, only go out for necessary things. And then in the States, when this first started, it was like, oh, yeah, it's the pandemic. Like, let's not give it that word. Let's not use that word. Let's not scare people. Oh, this is something cooked up by blah, blah, blah. Like, for the people that can't think on their own or, don't really want to think for themselves, they rely on leadership to tell them what to do. And if leadership is telling them, go ahead, business as usual, it's not a big deal, then that's what people are going to act like, right? So that's a huge problem.
And see, I have friends, like I said, that like I consider family, and they're texting me like, everybody just needs to go back to work. I'm with Trump on this. And they're not even Trump supporters. And it bothers me because, and this is a lot. This is just kind of America within itself. America treats everything, and I love my country, don't get me wrong and stuff like that, but America does treat everything like a high school football game. Like, they treat it like everything is like the head coach, like, let's go team, forget about it, let's fight.
Yeah, America, right? Like, America.
They act like, we don't care, we face it head on, let's go. They think everything is like that. That's how they think everything is like Top Gun, and you know what, forget this, and it's like, no, man, like, you have to be strategic with things. And I have looked at this as, I hope that our states and cities individually are learning from this. A lot of people do blame, our president and stuff for a lot of it, and he's made tons of mistakes. But you know what? I'm very disappointed in our states and cities individually. Like, I hope that they really take a look at this and prepare plans for this to happen again. I don't care if this never happens again for another 200 years. Like, it needs to be agreement set, plan set, what to do set. Like, it's just at a loss. Like, our kids here, some schools are doing the e-learning online, but when you have kids my age, my son's Cortez is in first grade and Cruzy, she's in preschool. Their online class really isn't anything. It's like, hey guys, how you doing? Let's read a book together. The point of like our kids at their age being in school is to pick up all the things like socially learning and,
Yeah, learning how to share, learning how to
the
social
just learning,
skills stuff.
learning like the understanding of another person, why this person acts this way, how I need to act that way. Like, that's where you develop that thing, and it's really hard. Like, it's hard on us, and like, I just feel bad for my kids. I feel bad for everyone's kids. But then, like I said, I feel bad when I'm in here knowing that I'm doing the right thing, staying in the house. But then if it's like, all right, I need to go buy some bread or some milk or something, and I go out and you look
You
at
see people acting crazy, man. You see people
like,
acting ridiculous.
I drove by the park. There was about 60 to 70 people on the basketball court doing yoga. And I was just like, do you really need to do this? Like, I'm at the point to where I'm like, where are the snipers at? Like, somebody hit these people in the kneecaps. Like, that's what bothers me. Like, but then again, I look at it like, dang, you know what? Maybe it ain't that bad.
Yeah.
Like, even if I take the kids for a walk, like, they finally put like tape and like blocked off all the parks, but we would have to walk to avoid the kids seeing the park because they want to go to the park, and it doesn't look like you can't. It's empty, but it doesn't like you can't. But I'll drive by the park sometimes and see families out there.
Yeah.
And this Easter, it's gonna be really bad this Easter. Because if people think that a lot of people are going to be smart, they're not. They're going to be at the parks. They're going to be barbecuing. They're going to be around each other. And I just like, man, like I'm not scared, but I'm worried. What scares us? What scares me in the U.S. Sorry, not to be talking too much. What scares me in the U.S. is that, like, I wish the fear was implemented like so hard in us to where we super prepared for it. And hey, maybe it wouldn't be that bad, but like, you got to hit us with that fear because you're unsure. But I feel like everything's been sort of like, we'll get through this. America's great. We're number one. We've been doing awesome. We're the best. Everything's awesome. Oh man, our test. Oh man. Like, that's how the rhetoric is out there. And then I feel like this crazy hammer is going to hit us so hard. Yeah. We're not going to know what to do. Like,
well, that's the thing, is that like, it's like one thing that maybe Shanghai was pretty extreme, but like at least Taipei, it was gradual, right? Like it was like, oh, we're going to regulate the mask distribution. Oh, we're going to regulate the alcohol distribution. Oh, we're going to close certain public places down. Like, so it wasn't like all of a sudden like 10 things taken away from you. And then everyone was like, oh, how am I going to survive? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
But I'm sure that was the plan, like it was like, oh, okay, we're going to take certain things away to, so it doesn't, all of a sudden scare everyone. And that's the thing, is that like in China, I mean, good or bad, depends on how you look at it. But in China, because of communism, they're able to make these very heavy-handed decisions and without having to deal with like pushback,
Right.
And so, and in some ways, that's what helped. Like Shanghai, just 2 days ago, said that juniors and seniors can go back to school starting in 2 weeks.
Ugh,
so it's like, to think about that, like for people in the States, they're like, no way, what? Like they're starting up in 2 weeks, and then our school, just because we're an international school, they didn't make that announcement for us yet. But we're guessing is that early May is that we'll be back in school. Now, the problem is that I can't be back there because Shanghai won't allow foreigners in. So I'll still be online teaching. But the fact that schools are opening soon, like a lot of people think of that as like, oh, like, all right, like some sense of normalcy now,
And see, that's what crazy like with here is that everybody here, being as ignorant as they are, they looked at China like, look what you did. Yeah, like, look at this. Sure. And then now they're looking at China like, yo, they're back. Like, if they can do it, why can't we? And I'm just like, man, like, I feel for all my, you and all my friends who have like babies,
Yeah.
and like with me and like, like Don and, people that I know, like we have like toddlers, like little kids, like it sucks, man. Like it is not an easy thing. And it's where I just don't even know. Honestly, like my mindset in the whole situation is that I am really sick and tired of this and I want it to be over. But then again, I don't know if I want it to be over. I told Rocio, I said if they ever just said mandated a 2-week quarantine every year for the rest of our lives, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah,
Like,
just like a small reset for people, right? Like just
a small one. Like school's out. Look, spring break is school for a week. That means work shut down for a week. No restaurants for a week. All the grocery stores have been extra stocked up to get supplies. Like, just start over. Like this, it feels like. I feel like something bigger is gonna happen, and we're gonna be like the fact that guns are like sold out and stuff.
That's crazy, man.
Like, I think they might be, you could get some now, but there was a period of time where, like, you couldn't get guns and bullets anywhere. And I'm like, what are you preparing for?
Yeah.
Like, you can't shoot the disease. Like,
well, when you were talking about that, like, that made it sound like the small reset. That makes it sound like the Purge, right? That's what that movie's whole based on, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, government and everything is closed for like 24 hours and people are going to fucking go crazy.
Yeah. And honestly, like, I know people are buying guns and stuff like that in the mindset that, like, I'll tell you this. This is true story. The week of when, like, it started getting kind of serious. You know what? No. You know what? Let me tell you when Americans really took it serious, and it might have been where a lot of the world did, is when the NBA, when Gobert got it, and the NBA. And I'm not gonna lie to you, that was when I was like, yo, like. That did put a little something extra in me. I'll tell you that. Because at first it was kind of like, man, this is nuts. This is crazy. But then when that happened, it was like, okay, like, this is crazy. And it's like you have that mindset going forward. When that happened, I went to the store and, like, I just went to the grocery store like I do every morning on Mondays when I'm off work. I just bought groceries. We needed bread. Now, it was a little bit more people in there than it usually is on a Monday morning. Mm-hmm. And I was able to get water and stuff. It wasn't no big deal. But I will tell you this. When I got home, my car, my Durango, it's really big for the garage. I can't open up the trunk of it without leaving the garage door open. Mm-hmm. I had the trunk open and the garage door open, and I went in the house. So, like, you could see all my water and stuff in it. I felt nervous.
Like someone was going to jack you?
Yes, like I felt like, oh shoot, let me get back outside before somebody looks at my garage and see all the water I have. Somebody else said the exact same thing to me. They said that they drove by and saw somebody's garage open and they had toilet paper stacked to the ceiling. Mm-hmm. And then they said, oh, that's crazy. But then you know what happened? That person that told me that said that they told another neighbor, man, did you see all the toilet paper they have in their thing? Well, we know if we run out, where to go. And then they told someone else, and then they told someone else. And that's how things happen. That's how bad situations happen, because there is somebody in that message that's going to hear that. And if they're in dire need, they might do something about it. That's the type of stuff that makes me worried, And I'll tell you this, the kids being out of school, I've been, how sick I get. Like, me and George are sick all the time, okay? I haven't been this healthy
like, since before kids.
Bruh, I haven't even come remotely close to being sick. My kids haven't been sick. Like, everything has been A-okay,
Yeah.
But I have people that are like, yo, I need to get back to the mall. Anyways, I mean, I'm glad you guys are fine. Like I said, I am a little jealous about,
Like, my public service announcement to people is... Because, like, I try to make light of the situation, sort of, is that, like, I say I'm living in the future.
Right.
Because, like, what y'all are going through right now is what we went through a month and a half ago. So
that's actually funny.
So it's like you just have to, like, stick you just got to be persistent and be like, you can't budge on being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna disinfect everything, and then all of a sudden you see some people outside and you're like, fuck it, I'm going to the bar. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
you can't have that slip up, like, because that's what will, bring cases back up, and that's what will, get other people sick. So you just got to be vigilant and like make sure that everyone in your family is vigilant. And after some time, like, it's gonna suck, man, but like, things will get better, but it just takes time, and it takes everyone being on the same page. That's the thing. And that's where it's so hard, because not just federal government, but like state governments are like saying different things, So it's like, how can people get a consistent message when everyone's got a different message to say?
I'll say right now, like, me working for the government, like, it's amazing at how much you're seeing things fall apart. That's the best way I can put it, without saying too much about what I do for a living and where I work. Like, you're starting to see how important people really are. That's how I'll put it. It's like, when things are normal, boy, they seem extremely important. Like, ooh, they're the man. But then when stuff is unraveling, you're like, man, well, are you gonna do something about it? They have no idea what to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's simple things. Like, it's just these simple things, and it's hard, and we could talk about that a little bit more when we talk about like how the viruses, stuff like this is affecting sneakers and stuff. And I don't want to make the show too much about this, but I'm glad that you were able to give a little bit of insight and understanding to it. And I hope somebody listens to you and says like, man, and takes it a little bit more serious. Like,
bro, I've been doing this for 9 weeks. Like, think about that. That's 2.5 months. Like, dude, it's crazy, man. I haven't been home in 2.5 months. Like, I am locked out of my house. I'm locked out of my country.
Out of your country. Like, that's what people. I want you to listen to this, people. Like, there are people that are in worse situations than us, and it could be coming here. Like, actually, it will happen here. Like, I seen people like, oh, I'm driving to California this weekend for Easter. I'm like, for what?
Yeah, like, for what?
I saw somebody in San Diego actually partying. And I was like, okay, I don't know what to do. Should I go party too? What do I do? I don't know. Like, anyways, we could talk a little bit more about this with regards to sneakers and stuff, but I do want to move on with the show because try to provide some type of normal entertainment or whatever, and I haven't talked to you in a while, and, I just kind of want to get, talk about sneakers for a little bit, something happy. I know you gotta want to talk about something else.
Oh my gosh, something besides coronavirus and diapers.
You know what? Let me ask you this real quick. Is it like, are you scared there?
No, I am not.
Okay.
I am.
Would you say Grace is scared?
She's scared of other people. If that makes sense. Like, she's scared of other people's bad decisions. Like, she's not scared about being in Taiwan, but she's scared of people acting reckless, being a little too cocky, feeling like everything's back to normal. Like, she's afraid of that. Because
I do feel like, like when you're driving, like, I'm not worried about what I'm going to do in the car. I'm worried about what everybody else is going to do in their car.
Exactly.
And I do hate the feeling of, and I know everybody has to feel this way. It's like you see another human and you just tense up. Like, we walk by each other. I feel like both of us are holding our breaths. Like, you look at each other like, oh God, like, which way he's gonna go? Like, don't come close to me. Like, and it sucks. Like, I feel like we're missing out on so much. But let me tell you something. Our age group, we have literally our era of anybody born between like 70 and whatever, like started from like the 70s. We have literally seen it all. Like, I'm talking the internet, cell phones, social media. We've had terrorist attacks with 9/11. We've had a black president. We've had a non-political person as a president. We've had some of the most amazing
we've witnessed a lot, huh?
We have witnessed so much. in our era. It's crazy. Like, people don't realize it. I mean, you can buy a Mercedes now and change how it smells inside. Like,
No.
it's so much. We're doing a podcast.
LeBron leave a team 3 times now.
Yes, we've seen someone who was debated to be one of the greatest players of all time play on about 3 different teams. Like, it's crazy. Like, we've seen sneakers reach up to the 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 price range. Like, we've seen so much in this weird era. Like, I don't even know. I'm scared to know how much worse or better it can get. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I started even looking into the 5G tower thing. Like, I didn't know what to look into anymore.
Oh my God, I refuse to go down that path, man.
I refused to, but I kept seeing it so much to where I was like, let me just see what these people are saying about it. And then it made you just start looking at your cell phone weird. And I was like, man, I don't know what to do. Anyways, you want to talk about sneakers?
Let's do it.
Let's talk about sneakers. Pickups. Jay, have you had any pickups? I know you have.
Yeah, I've had some pickups. The problem is that I can't keep track of them. Like, I really, normally I have them sent to my sister's place, but they're like, I've had sneakers sent like all over the world right now, so I don't even. Let's see. I picked up the Porla Familia Air Max ones.
Oh, how'd you get those?
AZ Thread was selling a pair, and Rico actually helped pick them up for me.
Dang! I'm glad he asked you, because I don't go to AZ Thread. So.
That's why I was messaging. I was asking whether they were legit or not. So,
I mean, you know, I'm fine with the guys that work there, but they've done some shady things in the past.
I've seen some of their videos. They look a little sketchy, but
and I don't mean, like, you know, it's business, but they've done stuff where, like, they'll post a sneaker, like, I mean, they'll post an off-white Jordan 1 for $500.
I've seen like super low prices and steals before, so I was like, what?
Right. And now what it is they do that, and then you rush to the store. Oh, we sold it. But, you know, hey, take a look around. You know, see what else you got here.
So they want that foot traffic.
They're just trying to get you to, like, hop in your car and zoom to the store. Do you still got it? Because people, like, they do that all the time. And I know they did, and I know they have.
Mm-hmm.
And all the time they used to do that every week. Like, I'd message them, yo, PayPal, you take PayPal, I'll pay for it right now. I'll come get it.
No, so that's why I was skeptical, because they don't take PayPal. I was like, what? Like,
they never respond. Their credit card machine is always down, but they got an ATM in the store. It's always something with them. They've moved locations about 6 times. Like, they're in, like, their 6th location. You know, they've been broken into before, and I'm not gonna say anything about it. That's how I'll put it. Like, I don't think actual burglars did it. That's how I'll put it. Okay. What else you got?
I picked up the Jordan 1 Low Paris.
Those tight?
Those are tight.
Okay.
Those are super tight.
The Tapes loves them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Tapes loves a lot of things.
Tapes is becoming notorious out here, and I don't know if it's good or bad.
You better watch out. You better watch out, because once that word gets around, you know, they might be sneaking up on him like he hoarding toilet paper.
No, he literally buys everything. That's why when he doesn't like something, I don't believe it. Me and him have had conversations before, and he said, "Oh, those suck," and then no joke,
Next thing you know, it's on foot.
Next thing you know, he's like, you know what? I saw him a few more times, and you know, I went and got him. I'm like, all right, man.
Yo, we roast him so much in the thread. It's so funny, man.
Tapes is he's the man. I'll tell you that. What else you got? Did you get Core Purples?
Yeah, I did. I ordered them a while ago.
Do you like them?
I do. I like the Chicago color blocking, man. That's my favorite color block.
Do you think it's better than the Purple Toe?
Okay. This is hard. I would give it 60-40. 60 to the Purple Toe. just because
Okay.
the quality is a lot better.
On the purple toe?
Yeah, it is a lot better.
I
But-
do not like these core purples the more I see them.
I don't like how they gave you these weird, funky tie-dye looking laces. Like, why couldn't they just give you a black,
Wait, they
either a
gave tie-dye
black
laces?
or a white lace? No, they're light purple. They don't match the shoe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't match the shoe at all.
I
It's
didn't know that.
It looks like a lavender. The shoelaces are a lavender color.
I think the purple's too dark for me. Like, I don't want it to be light purple, but the purple on the purple toe, Jordan 1, it's more like Charlotte Hornets purple. The purple on these core purple Jordan 1s, they're like plum to me. Not as dark as plum, but they don't look purple.
It might have been just like, I think they look okay. It's
I
just
gotta
that
see them in hand.
they're not bad. Well, we can talk about this later because they dropped last week in China, in Asia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we can talk about this when we talk about how the virus has affected sneakers. But those, I mean, I like them. But then it's because the Chicago colorway is my favorite. Like, I like them for the Game Royals. I like them for the Shatter 2.0.
See, I feel like a lot of Jordan 1s have lately made me respect black toes a lot more than I did. Like, I've always loved black toes, but like, you know, like the purple toes, the pine greens, a lot of them, I just like, man, I think black toe 1s are starting to become my favorite Jordan 1 high.
But then, do you consider the pine greens and the core purples a black toe? Because the black toe doesn't have a colored toe box.
It doesn't, but it still has the black toe. I mean, it's not. I mean, the
Right.
black toe on a Jordan 1 is what, white?
Yes.
It's white with the same thing. So it's like, it's like one's white, one's purple, one's green. You know, shatter
They're coming out with
backboard, all that.
The women's green black toe. Have you seen that?
No, is it satin?
No, it's.
I haven't seen that one yet.
So it looks like the original black toe, white toe box, but then the back part is green. Looks pretty clean. Looks
looks
pretty
fire.
clean. Yep, looks pretty clean.
Might have to get one of those then. I do want to buy another Jordan High because I feel like George and I think everybody, I think we're just, I'm under the impression that more OG cut Jordan 1 lows are coming out, but I don't think so.
There's a lot of GR lows that come out that don't really
But
make
they're the
it
fat,
into it now. Yeah,
they're the fat ones though. I don't like
That's
that.
true. That's true.
And I feel like Nike is now focusing on the dunks, the non-SB dunks. Like, I feel like they're like, oh, we just start making these non-SB dunks and we could get away from the Jordan 1 OG cut.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. What else you got?
I picked up a pair of, it's an old pair, the Jordan 1 Unsupreme. Do you remember that pair?
Unsupreme? What's that look like?
It's a black OG high elephant print.
Is it a mid?
No, it's a high, but it's like it has the Jumpman logo on the back heel though. It's like one of those kind. Look it up.
What's it
Jordan
called?
Unsupreme.
Let me see. Oh, I remember those. I
So,
thought that was a mid.
I don't think it's a mid, but it's definitely okay. You're right. It's one of those like hybrid ones. You know how like the Jordan
I
1
remember these.
New York.
Yeah.
You know the Jordan 1 New York, how it has like
Yep.
the Jumpman logo on the back.
Yep. Too
So I
much
picked up
elephant
one
print.
of those, I got someone to customize a pair for me.
What you about to do to it?
Turned it into Atmos Jordan 1.
I knew you were about to say that. That leather on it looks awful.
Yeah, that toe box leather is garbage.
Oh my
I don't know if
gosh.
I don't know if you've seen the pictures of the worn ones, but like it creases really bad up front.
Dude, the leather on the side paneling with the swoosh and stuff. Oh my gosh, these look like fakes. They so bad.
Yeah, they look kind of rough.
I see a
But
customized pair right here. It looks kind of fire.
yeah, so I'm gonna do something special to it. Turn into a Jordan Atmos one.
Somebody hooking it up for you, or you paying a grip?
Paying, but it's not too bad.
Oh. What else?
I always feel kind of weird paying for like people to customize, like paying a lot. Like I don't mind paying for some work done, but like I've seen some things on IG, and no knock. I mean, I know it's hard work, right? Like, but I see some people charging like $1,000, and I'm like, God, that's a little steep.
There's this customizer. I always see his ads and stuff on Instagram where it's like clouds and stuff that he paints, and he did like this Air Max 1, and it looked fire. So I was like, oh shoot, let me go ahead. I might go ahead and buy one of these. But like he also offered where like you get the shoe too. Like he doesn't customize one of yours.
Right.
And I'm thinking like, oh man, that's even better. So I went on there, and it's just an all white Air Max 1, which can't be, I mean, what, a 110, 120?
Yep.
But to get the shoe and the work done, it came out to like $680 or something. I was like, okay, no. Like, nah. And that's no, and I'm not even trying to disrespect their work. I know it's hard work and a lot of what they do.
100%.
You know, whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I just can't do that. Like, if I'm going to pay, I can't pay $680 for something that I don't know if it'll last. Like, like I don't want it to, like, if I turn it into an everyday shoe, I don't want the paint coming off. I don't want nothing cracking. I don't want anything weird. Like, it's not a show. I'm not gonna pay $680 just to show a shoe, just to have a cool looking shoe. So
exactly.
You got anything else, or was that was it? You didn't get any dunks?
I did, but I don't want to talk about it.
Why? Dang.
No, I picked up a pair of dirty denims. I've posted them before, but I picked up a second pair.
What? Man,
2003 Dunk Dirty Denims.
See, you out of control.
No, I'm not. That's a pair. That's like, if you're on my IG ever, that's the pair that I've always wanted when I worked at Finish Line, because my boss, my manager wore it, and I was like, yo, those are fire. Like, I'm not a huge dunk guy, and even less so on lows. Like, I didn't pick up plums. Plums are cheaper in Shanghai than they are on StockX.
Like, they're available?
They're not available, but they're in store for slightly over retail.
Man, I'm about to send you some money.
Let me know. They're selling for $200.
Oh, that's definitely, well, God, shipping from there is like what, 45? 37?
It's about like, it's like anywhere from, it depends on the size of the shoe, like the weight of it all goes by weight. So if it's anywhere from like 35 to like 50, depends on weight. But that's still cheaper than StockX. StockX is what, like 240, not including shipping?
Not including shipping and tax.
Yeah, and tax. So,
oh my man, once they implemented that tax stuff, oh my gosh, that sucked.
Yeah, that's like $10 to $15 more.
Yeah, it's like, man, you find something on there, you like, yo, you get these for $180, you put it in cart, check out, it's like $221. You're like, what the? It kills it. It had me looking on eBay a little bit, but eBay did the same thing, and eBay did it a long time ago. I didn't get anything. I haven't bought. I bought a bunch of Continentals like last week again, but
it's so funny how you say that. Like, you sound almost like you're disgusted with yourself.
What about Continentals or not buying?
Yeah, you're like, I bought some Continentals again.
Well, no, only because I really love Continentals. Like, I love them a lot, but I'm probably at about 13, 14, 15 pairs. But I don't know. Like, with everything, I don't understand how people now, you, considering what you're saying on your side of the world, that it seems like everything is like trying to be back in normal, or at least face value looking like it's back to normal. Yeah. Here, it doesn't feel that way. So, like, the desire to buy sneakers for me, it just isn't there. Like, I get annoyed seeing a lot of stuff, like people mad that they didn't cop something, or seeing like Yeezy Supply or Yeezy Mafia or like, yo, here's the update, what releases in April. And I'm like, man, who cares? Like, I don't care what comes out in April. Now, granted, there are a lot of people like, yo, when this is all done, I can't wait to step out in these. Like,
well, I thought more people would actually be buying during this time because everyone would just be online shopping.
I think it started out that way. And people are buying a lot, which we could talk about, when we talk about it. But for me personally, like pickup wise, like there are a few things on the radar. Like tomorrow, I'm probably going to try for Core Purples. I'm just because I want to see them in hand. So I'm probably going to try for them. I mean, there are some other pairs that I really, really do want right now. There's a few Air Max 97s I want, which I might buy. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just kind of seeing. Like, there's a lot of Vans that I want, and I wish I would have bought the Paisley green Vans that just dropped a little while ago, but they sold out. I mean, I got a bunch of stuff in cart places. I just haven't pulled the trigger because one, it's like, where am I wearing this to? Like, right. You know what it feels like right now? No joke. This is what it feels like. This feels like in the middle of the summer when you find a super fire sweater for sale. Like, you find the dopest sweater, but it's thick, the dopest jacket for sale. But it's 120 outside right now. So you got to wait about 5 more months.
Yeah, you're like 6 months away from wearing them.
So I feel like if I cop anything fire right now, yo, when August hits, it's like I don't want to wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I just don't have that in me to wait. Like there's like all these, like I don't ever wear shorts. I rarely wear shorts, but like I want to buy all these like Nike shorts, and I'm like I can't go to the gym right now. I'm just going to the backyard, the front yard, in the house, grocery store, home. Like I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
So it's like, why do I want to sit this? It's like, I remember one time, I do it every year. I buy some super dope, cheap Ralph Lauren sweaters, jean jackets, coats, because it's like super cheap in the summertime here. And then I got to wait. And it don't get cold in like September here. It don't get cold until like January here. So I really got to wait to wear a lot of this stuff. So I don't know. We'll see what happens tomorrow with Core Purples and stuff. But, we'll have to see. What comes out this week? I think Core Purples come out this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeezy 700s, the black pair, Alvas, whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. You like 700s?
Mm-mm.
Not at all?
Nope.
I thought they was okay. I don't like the 380s, but 700s are alright.
I actually like the 380s more than the 700s.
Really? You know what? I like that first colorway of the 300s, the 380s, and I'm not really mad at the colorways now, but man, on feet, I haven't seen one person post a picture of them on feet that I thought, man, them is fire. Not one person.
It's like, too bad that they did that they used the ankle area, like the uncaged, like how it hugs your ankle. It just turned, because it's too big of a shoe to give it that. So it looks weird because it shrinks your ankle, but then it gets massive on your foot.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. It's like set up like a sock. But
exactly.
then it gets crazy wide on it.
Exactly. So they should have given it like the 350 opening and then just kept that shape. I don't mind the shape, actually.
I've seen the aliens in person, like somebody walking by. They just look super flimsy. So like I haven't really held one yet, but I don't know. I feel like maybe if you were a size 9 and low, it might look okay.
Yeah.
I have no plans on buying one though, obviously. Air Max 95s, Greedy 2.0. I don't know if you've seen those.
Yeah, I saw them.
I like the first Greedy way better. This one is barely like switched up. Whatever you want to call that.
Yeah, it's nothing special.
You can barely tell. It's nothing special at all. And that's really, honestly, this is pretty a whack week. I think like Question Lows come out. There's nothing special coming out.
Oh, did you see those? What do you think about those Black Toe Question 1s?
I mean, I love questions, and the Black Toe Question was dope when it came out back when we were kids, but man, I've said this 1,000 times on this podcast. You would think Iverson's only sneaker ever were questions. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, Iverson's had, I think, up to like maybe 9, 10 signature models, and they only come out religiously with questions. And I don't know if questions are really selling like that. Like, are people still buying them?
Nope.
Like, you want to talk about a bulky sneaker?
Yeah,
Like,
that thing.
holy cow!
Yeah, that thing is out of control. It's a tank.
It is massive. So, who knows?
Do you like how the black can rub off to gold?
I do like that, but I mean, it's not enough. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the toe. Yeah. Like, it's not like a Statue of Liberty or something like that where you can really do something to it. It's just the toe box.
Yeah.
Did you see? I was going to ask you this. Did you see the new Harden, but they look like questions?
The question Harden. I saw that. I was just about to bring that up.
I don't think it looks bad. Like, it looks fine.
Not look bad. It does not look bad, but they're trying so hard. Like,
they are trying. Yeah, they're trying really, really hard. Like, I'm like, and Harden, this model has a lot more colorways to it than I thought it did.
The shoe doesn't look that bad. It looks like a good basketball shoe.
It looks like a really good basketball shoe. I told somebody that I said, I think it's probably, if I hooped in a shoe, it's probably the best basketball shoe out there. Like, it just looks like it has a wide base. I like it a lot. You know,
it's got like a really low profile, but
yeah.
But man, like Adidas, just in general, ugh.
I don't know what's going on with them. You saw the Pharrell basketball ones and stuff like that.
Josh said he wanted them.
Yeah, I don't know what Josh is talking about. I love Josh. That's the homie because he has his own style. But man, those suck. Now they do have a low top version. They had a low top version that looks okay, but man, Adidas, it is just nuts how dramatic of a shift from like. There were people actually saying boost over stripes and stuff. Like,
yeah.
There was a point in time where people were getting rid of their Nikes to get all boost. Yeah. Like, that feels like an urban legend now.
I mean, just when I walk into the store, it's so uninspiring. There's just nothing. They all look the same.
How is that honestly possible? It's sad. Like, we were going in the store specifically looking for boost. And I remember, like, you would go into them, they might have, like, 1 or 2, but what you were looking for was gone. The Adidas section, like, in our Foot Locker in Scottsdale Mall, like, the way the store is built, there's, like, this giant pillar in the store. The Adidas are, like, behind the pillar. Like, they're not even out there to look at. Like, you got to go around this pillar to look at it. But it's full of Jordans and Air Maxes and 720s and 90s. And, I mean, they even got the Air Barrage and trainers and stuff on display, like, massively in the front. But Boost? Nah. Yeah. We're going to talk about them stores, too. So let's talk about Corona effects on the sneaker culture, community, whatever. The video you sent, the Nike ad, you said your friend produced it, right?
Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. I see the smiles returning to the faces. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, I see, it's alright. Little darling, it seems the ice is slowly melting. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, I see, it's alright.
So in the beginning, it starts off like everyone's like quarantined, right? Like doing home exercises, lifting kids and stuff like that. But near the end, you see like little girls jump roping, you see the guy skateboarding, you see some guy playing basketball.
Yeah, no, I like that ad a lot. I mean, it was good. It was cool.
Yeah, and then so the part at the end where it says in Chinese at the end with the little girl jump roping, it just says like you can't stop us, like obviously like you referring to the virus, like it can't be stopped. Yeah.
So you said your friend produced this or helped with this, or what is he works for Nike or?
Yeah, he works for Nike.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe he just like a production company or something like that.
No. Yeah, he works for their ad agent, their ad department.
Oh, okay.
And so that was like making its rounds in China social media, and I thought it would be cool to show that to like the general public, to be like, hey, it'll be okay.
So, with friends or anybody you've talked to, and I don't know if anything you can say, have they said anything in particular like that work for brands that like issues or things they expect or obstacles they're running into or anything?
Okay, so it's interesting because obviously global sales have been down. Like my buddy that works at Converse was saying how like they have all these models that they're trying to push out, but because they just pushed out the G4. I know you've probably seen it, like that basketball shoe.
Raymon?
Yeah. So like they just pushed that out, but they had like a bunch of other colorways and models behind it that they wanted to, but because sales are so bad right now, they don't want to like oversaturate the market.
Right.
So they're like holding everything back. You know what I mean? But in terms of release dates have been like, for what's been scheduled, those haven't been changed. So unlike Nike in the States, where it was like, oh, the date is April 4th, we're going to drop this. Oh, never mind, April 11th. Like those black and gold sixes have been pushed back like 3 times already.
Right.
And so anything that was given a date has come out. So like the core purples came out when they were supposed to. They didn't get pushed back. But then it's because all the shoes are made in China, right? So it's like they're able to just fulfill their shipments, but because they have to.
So you saying those already released out there? Did they sit?
No, they didn't fly. Like you can get a pair for like $225, $230.
Well, that's not retail, right? What's retail?
Retail is for us, retail is like closer to 200.
Oh, okay.
So it's only like a little bit more. They didn't sit, but like what I'm saying is that like their release dates didn't get affected.
Right.
Yeah, because the shipments and stuff are all within China, so they can still come out whenever. Whereas like bulk quantities of like tens of thousands needing to be shipped to the States obviously are going to get held up.
So I don't know if anything has released out there, like the reaction to core purples or anything that has actually come out recently during all this. Is the like urge to go get them still the same out there? Like, I don't think anybody camped or stood in line for core purples or nothing, did they?
No, they didn't.
Okay.
So like, I know, for example, like the store that I go to, Doe, they normally do like a lineup, like a raffle, like live raffling and everything.
Oh, that's right.
And they just changed it to like cell phone, and then they'll call you if you hit, and you just come pick it up. That way, you're not like they're not making like large crowds or anything.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, they still sold out. It's not like things are sitting in the store. I had a buddy take a photo of like anything new in the Jordan store, and it was nothing special.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like things that were scheduled that should have sold out still did sell out.
So with you personally, I mean, obviously talking about pickups, it didn't. Do you like the virus? I mean, have you felt like your personal, with shoes, your, I don't want to say relationship with shoes or whatever. Has it changed a little? So
this is what I was asking earlier, because I feel like I'm I'm spending more time online, that I'm like looking more. Like I'm dedicating more time to like look for stuff that I might have missed out on. I'm like taking time to like really try to find something. Like before, it might be like, oh, okay, I'll enter this SNS, I'll enter this, and like everyone else does.
Right.
And then that might be it because I just don't have the time. But now I'm like, oh, okay, let me go check out BTSN. Let me go check out Foot Patrol. You know what I mean? Like, because I have the time to like do that now. So maybe I'm different than other people, but I feel like I've used more time to like look for things a little bit more carefully.
Okay, let me put it this way. Are you worried about spending as much money as we normally do on sneakers?
I'm worried about spending more.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, and obviously you know this, from me and you being friends, like, one of the things with me and my wife, but sneakers is always about budgeting and spending wisely and stuff. And with all this going on, a lot of that is like hitting me a lot harder than it has in the past. Like, you know me, like, I mean, I was frivolous, with spending, but man, like, I feel like that Monday I told you about, that first Monday when I went to the grocery store, and that's when like everybody was kind of like going out, hoarding everything and acting weird. George was messaging me, and he had copped Plums and Biotechs and Kentucky's and Syracuse. I mean, like, he had copped a grip, and I was sitting there, and he's telling me, yo, you better get on there and use the code this, and you get 15% off, use the code. And I'm like, oh, all right then. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't pull the trigger on it because I was terrified. The reason why I bought like so many Continentals the other week was because they were all $28 on Adidas. They were like $40-some with like, put in the code, get another 40% off. So they all came out to like $28 shit. So I went, bought like 6 of them, however many pairs I bought. And I felt comfortable with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so there are pairs that I'm watching right now, and they're around that same price range that we usually buy, the 180 to 280 to 250. Any other time, I would have been like, I'm buying it. But I feel like a lot more people.
Do you feel more like, or do you feel more financially responsible?
I do. Like, I even asked my wife, she does most of our finance stuff, and I asked her, I said, are we actually doing financially better by being in the house as much as we are? And she's like, yes, we're actually doing freaking awesome right now. And I mean, we're always doing awesome, but
because you have nowhere to spend your money right now, right? Like, you're not out like buying stuff, like. But
like, she's like, these certain goals that we set for ourselves are like, can happen now. They're like guaranteed. Like, she's remarkably still selling houses right now. Like, she is selling houses left and right, and I'm just like, who are these people buying and selling houses right now during this? That's where I go with the arrogance of like America right now. Like, I just couldn't imagine going out buying a house right now, but they're doing it, and that's a good thing, and it's good for us because she's self-employed, but it's just an amazing thought process. I will say, for me personally, there was a little period of time. I wasn't going to do a podcast this week. I wasn't going to do an episode this week because I don't know, I kind of really didn't feel like it. I was like, I'll see if Jay wants to get on next week, because I was going to see if you want to get on this week, Wednesday, and then Wednesday passed, and I was like, well, I kind of want to do one now, but I am concerned with how I'm seeing stores acting, sneaker blogs, all the sneaker publications, how they're adjusting to the virus and the situation we're in now. It's starting to make sneakers seem ridiculous.
Yeah, a little irrelevant.
Yes. So, for instance, like, this is where I'll talk about with stores and boutiques, okay? I got an email from a boutique, from a store, and you could tell they're all struggling, and it's amazing how when we're buying sneakers and stuff, and I don't know how it is out there in China with, like, when you walk into a sneaker shop, I don't know how the customer service is. I don't know how they treat you. I don't know anything like that. I don't know if you feel the raffles are rigged or they backdoor. I don't know about that out there. But out here, we've talked about it on this podcast many times. You will walk into a sneaker boutique shop, and they that work there feel like, I'm talking, you would think that
You're
they
a ghost.
are
Like they don't.
oh my goodness.
Yeah,
You
I know
walk
that
into
feeling.
yeah, okay. So you get that sense of that, like, man, so you feel like, boy, these places are just on top of the world. You know,
Mhm.
you feel that. And now with the emails and all the sales they're doing, it's like now
They
all
need
of
you,
them,
man. They need you.
all of them are now practicing customer service now. I got an email from one store that was like, yo, yeah, hope you and your family is safe. You know, we thank you so much for that order. And it was an Ultra Boost that I had bought. And it was an Ultra Boost I bought 2 years ago. That's how bad it is, to where you're telling me thank you for a purchase that I bought from you 2 years ago. You have gone into your database to find out what my last purchase was to tell me thank you. Is there anything else you could... Man, what?
And
Like-
yeah.
Like the email said, you know, man, hope you're enjoying that Ultra Boost, whatever it was. I forgot what the name of it was. It was a consortium. Hope you're enjoying that Ultra Boost, man.
They probably don't even remember the name of it either. They're just like, hope you
Yeah.
enjoy it.
It said Ultra Boost Consortium. We hope you're still enjoying that. You know, hey, for us, here's a code right now, 30% off your next purchase. Yada yada yada. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, they are really in trouble.
Yeah,
Like,
they are,
they're-
man. Like all the stores right now are hurting bad.
And then I see these publications like Soul Collector, BR Kicks, Nice Kicks, you know, all the like social media ones that we go to. Like, you know, we go to their pages to get information, you know, what's coming out, what drops, you know, whatever. And I see their social media posts, and it's amazing that the content that these sneaker entities are putting out are stupid things like pick 3. I'm like, pick 3 what? They're like, they show a picture of 6 sneakers. If you can only pick 3, what would it be? This is what you're like, who cares?
Bruh, even Sports Center is posting the most ridiculous things on, like, everyone is just losing it, man.
They're losing it, and it shows their unpreparedness. And it starts to,
super
like,
unprepared.
we talk about sneaker publications all the time, and we talk about them when there actually is a lot of stuff to discuss, but it shows the true uncreativity of a lot of people right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I saw BR Kicks post like the soles of a bunch of sneakers. Guess what the soles are? And I'm like, yo, you guys are actually a part of Bleacher Report. You guys are a multi-million-dollar company,
And this is the best you guys can come
and
up
this
with.
is the best your sneaker people can come up with. Like, you know, if you were stranded on a desert island, what 3 pairs would you want? Or which pairs would you return to the store for the coronavirus?
Like, this is
What?
stuff that you talk about in a thread. This is stuff
Yes.
that we talk about in a thread of like 8 people. Like, you're telling me that a multi-million-dollar company, this is the best content you can create right now?
And you know what's annoying is that, you know, and this isn't about us, but there are a lot of other people out there posting and making sneaker content still. If I was these blogs and publications, I would start really trying to help and support these people that are able to create new and unique sneaker content. And you know what? Would it be using it for their own purposes? Sure it would be. But you would also be giving a little shine to somebody out there that's still continuing to do so. Like, if there are people out there still doing sneaker reviews, it ain't a lot of people out there doing a lot of sneaker reviews out there right now, because they're not buying a lot of stuff. They're not going out. They're not spending the money. So if there's some people out there still like, yo, got the core purples on foot, why can't you post them on your on BR Kicks Twitter and say, yo, go check out this guy. He got the core purples in hands. Is this something you want to cop? Whatever. Like, you can do that. Yo, take a listen to this sneaker podcast. You know, they had a discussion on this. What do you think about this? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy stuff. Even these sneaker publications should be reaching out to somebody like you who actually lives in the heart of, you know, where a lot of this began. And they're not asking you, like, they should be asking you, like, how's it going out there, with this and sneakers and your thoughts on it. Like, they're not utilizing the people that support them, and I'm sick of it, man. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Well, I mean,
genuinely
it's funny
like
because
sick
after
of it.
you guys did your draft, it was probably like 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, like Sneaker News did it, eBay did it, like they're all doing the same kind of thing. And I was like, I've seen this before. Like,
yeah, and I'm still doing it now. For the record, everybody, I'm still doing it. I just haven't did it. I'm gonna get back into it. It's just been so weird right now. I was like, I gotta run the second round or whatever, but I'm gonna do that probably Sunday and get this going back and start posting about it again. But yeah, like it's like they've literally run out of things to do and they refuse to like take advantage of stuff. Like, why can't they're not interviewing? I don't know. I feel like these sneaker blogs and publications are showing their true colors of no creativity. They have no plans for anything like that. They're not able to produce anything that keeps everybody interactive. Like, you look at the comments on these posts and it's like, pick your outfit for the day. And it's like 5 outfits. It's 5 outfits. And it's like an off-white t-shirt, a Supreme t-shirt, a North Face jacket. It's like these things, and then it's like, but you got to pick like A and then B and then Roman numeral for the sneakers. I was like, yo, it's embarrassing. Like, and I've messaged them like, yo, what's up with you guys? You guys are embarrassing to the sneaker community when you can't come up with any thought-provoking content right now besides pick your best Jordan 1 ever. I saw BR Kicks post, what do you think the best KD model is? Man, y'all still asking that? Like, it's over. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, I can't do it. Like, the blogs are doing the boutiques. Like, look, I love Undefeated out here, and Manor out here is doing phenomenal. They've had to close up, and hopefully they can make it through it. Like, whatever. But seeing stuff like Packer shoes, and Oneness, and all these places, like, I don't know how long they're gonna last. A lot of these places out here, like, you know what it does? You go to like the Bodega site, and I saw Bodega was having a sale, and it was like on sale for $445 was $619, and I'm like, no, no, we're not. No one's paying for that right now.
Oh
like,
my god,
be better. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I hope it does get back to normal, but I don't want people to get back to losing their minds. I hope this is like with the big brands. I hope they start looking at this as like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't make it so difficult on so many releases or release so many sneakers. Like, the fact that Nike has so many sneakers that release and that they already planned for the release, and then like some of them they can't or they got to push back. Like, it shows that y'all are just doing too much, man.
Well, I'm wondering if, I agree with that. I agree with you on that. But I'm wondering, like, does that mean that maybe the big stores like Nike and stuff, they stop giving their product to smaller stores and just try to sell more online for their own? You know what I mean?
Well,
it's like
that's another thing that I feel is going to come out of this whole situation is, like, so I seen a few, I don't know if you want to call them influencers, whatever they are, but people that actually get paid on Twitter to, like, consult for a company. Right. Like, Nike will hit them up like, hey, what do you think about these jackets? Whatever the case may be. I seen a few of them on Twitter like, yo, I just lost 2 contracts. If there's anybody out there who need this help or assistance and yada, yada, yada. Like, they're out there promoting themselves. Here's my LinkedIn. Here's the companies I've worked with. And I think a lot of these brands like Nike and Adidas and whomever else, I think they're going to start saying to themselves like, you know what, we really don't need these people.
Yeah.
Like, it's another expense that we've taken off our books. And it's like, I highly doubt that any of these companies that drop these influencers or whatever are going to be like, as soon as we get back on our feet, let's go back and get them.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not going to lie too, on our end. So when we get ads and stuff for it, what we go through like whomever's marketing firms, whatever they want to contact us or whatever. And these people have told us like, hey, a lot of people are like, taking their contracts away from us right now. Are you guys willing to give a discount, to run an ad and all that? And I've told them like, you know what? Yeah, I'm willing to give a discount. Like, that's not a big deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's fine with that because I just appreciate the opportunity. But there are some people that are gonna really relish in this new model of business that they've adapted for themselves, and they're gonna keep it.
Oh, for sure. And like, I think that goes across multiple platforms. Like, think about teaching. Like,
I was just gonna ask you that.
If I can do this for 9 weeks, why go even have a classroom anymore?
I worry about that.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I'm saying that this
bad thing.
Yeah, I'm saying that like moving forward, it might be something like, okay, well, we're going to be, before you had spring break of no interaction, maybe now during spring break you gotta do online classes, right? Like,
right.
Yeah,
and
something like that.
And see, from my work, my entire floor of about 50 people have been approved to work from home. And we work in a building that's really old. And we have been, trying to figure out how to get a new building, meeting with the architects and, going over blueprints and stuff like that for a new building. And it costs millions and millions of dollars for a new building. And it's going to kind of be like, what do we need an actual building for if you guys are still working at a phenomenal rate from home?
Yeah.
Like, we gave all you guys laptops, access to the servers and all this stuff. And you guys are producing just as good, if not better, from at home.
Exactly.
We don't gotta pay for electricity on this building. We could turn off all the lights on this half of the building. We don't gotta have desktops. We don't need this. Like, that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that they're gonna say, you know what? If you guys prefer to stay out, you know what? You guys can just work off site. Like, it saves so much. I'm worried about that. So I don't know. I'm worried about that for the teachers as well. Like, I want my kids to go back to school, but I don't like this e-learning stuff. I don't.
Yeah.
You miss that interaction. You miss that growth. You miss, it made me sad. My son's teacher FaceTimed him today, and she said, she wrote him a letter. And she said, I just miss your hugs. And it made me sad. Like, dang, like, and Cortez goes, I do give her the best hugs. And it made me, like, sad. Like, I was like, it broke my heart to know.
More so for the little ones, right? Because they need that. Like, this is a huge developmental period for them that they're missing.
It is. Like, even just like going to want to play with their cousins. It's like, no, I'm sorry, you can't. Yeah. Like, birthdays and stuff are coming up. It's like, we could do the best we can to celebrate it, but hey, it's just us,
Yep.
So, what else were we going to talk about? I don't know if you were done with that or not.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of just, I know like some of the listeners are probably really curious about like what's sneaker releases like in Asia and stuff, but nothing's really changed, to be honest with you.
Nothing.
Anything that was scheduled came out. Now, in terms of stuff that like didn't have a firm date yet, I don't know because I know factories and stuff were closed, so I'm guessing definitely things that didn't have a firm date yet were pushed back. But in terms of stuff that had a firm date, like those things all released. Yeah.
Well, that's good. I know a lot of people here are like, still waiting on like, on certain sneakers. And I have a feeling a lot of them, well, you know what? I can't tell yet because stuff is still selling out. Like, there are things that are selling out that I was surprised, like those Spiridon Stussies. I was like, why are those flying off the shelves? Like, where are you going? I see people post like fit grids still. I'm like, where are you going? Huh? Why are you posting a fit grid? Get in the house. Like, don't post your fit grid. Get in the house.
My outfit grid is a sweater, sweatpants, and house slippers. That's it.
I've been wearing all my winter clothes. I just wear the biggest hoodies I have and sit in the house. Like, I was wearing like a 3X hoodie that I had, which I was like, why do I have a 3X hoodie? And it was so big, I took it off because I was like, dude, I feel like somebody's girlfriend. I was like, I got my boyfriend's hoodie on. I was like, let me get this off of me. This thing is so big.
You got your boyfriend's varsity jacket on.
Yeah, I'm sitting there wearing this ASU hoodie, and it's like 3X, and it feels like I'm wearing like my boyfriend plays for the football team. I'm like,
you wearing George's hoodie.
That's funny. Let's talk Virgil real quick before we do our top 10s.
Let's go.
So Virgil had tweeted out, which I kind of thought was a little bit cool. He had tweeted out, basically the tweet said, there's a blank piece of paper in front of me. What Nike zone should I do next? And he had actually retweeted and commented on some other people's posts. You know what? Let me go back real quick. That's another thing too with these sneaker blogs. They're posting stuff and saying like, let's discuss it. Let's argue it. And they don't respond to nobody.
Yeah.
It's like, how are we going to discuss it or debate it or talk it if you don't respond to nobody? You ain't doing nothing. Stupid. Anyways.
Like, it just sounds like clickbait.
That's all it is. That's all it is. I said to the BR Kicks said, let's talk about it. But they haven't responded to one person. I'm like, no, you're not talking about it. Everyone's giving their answers and you're not saying a thing about it. But Virgil, like I said, Virgil did retweet some, like some, respond to people, which I liked. And I thought it was amazing at some of the models that people had suggested for him to do. You know, Rodman, Air Darwins, some like speed turf trainers, Deion Sanders models. And I was like, huh? Like, why would he do any of those? And it made me go back and look at kind of the off-white line. And like I had told you earlier, Andy had suggested like comparing Travis's versus off-whites, like which is better. Mm-hmm. And I had looked at the off-white line, and I don't think I realized how much more wearable the off-white line is compared to any other one.
Yeah, he's done a lot of shoes if you think about it.
Like a lot. And all the shoes that he's done are shoe models that we would typically buy. Air Max 90s, 97s, Dunks, Blazers. I mean, he has a Jordan 1. Like, he only had the basketball, that one Nike. Yeah, the Hyper Dunk. He had that one model, which obviously no one's really wearing that. Yeah. And what's another one? I can't even think of another one.
He did Converse Chucks.
He did the Chucks, but I see people wear those are a wearable shoe. Those are casual shoes.
Prestos, like, yeah, he did the Prestos.
The Prestos, like, so a lot of them are wearable models. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't done anything like, you know, Travis 4 Jordan 4s are wearable, Jordan 1s and all that, they're pretty wearable, but like Travis hasn't, well, he has that one Air Max coming out soon, but like there hasn't been anything major. And what's crazy is, now I know I told you, I said, you know, we could come up with our 3 models that we would like to see. And you might have this on your list, but what's crazy is that he hasn't done an Air Max 1. Like, out of every Air Max, you would have thought he would have had an Air Max 1.
I wonder if that's his thing or if that's Nike's thing. Maybe Nike didn't give him an Air Max 1.
Well, I will say back when the collection first came out, I had said it's the greatest collaboration of all time, and I still think so.
You mean the original 10?
I think the original 10, all of it. I think the Off-White, every single thing is the greatest collaboration project
I see.
of all time.
As a line.
Yeah, and only because I feel like it looked like he got to pick what he wanted to do. And him asking this suggests that he gets to, but even if Nike did give it to him, I feel like an Air Max 1, like, he did a Presto first. I don't think anybody really cares that much about Prestos that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe he felt like he could do more with the Presto.
Maybe, which he did. And I do feel
there's a lot of elements on the Presto.
Yeah, and I do feel like some of the models that he chooses where he could work more with it.
Yeah.
You know. I'll tell you my 3 that I had that I would like to see.
Okay.
I got the Air Stab. Now, the Air Stab is
That
one of the
is
most...
so funny, man.
Why, you have that?
Yeah, of all shoes.
Really?
Of all shoes. How is that possible?
So, I have...
How is that possible? That's crazy.
I have probably 3 pair of Air Stabs, and Air Stabs are one of the most uncomfortable Nikes of all time, for the record.
I'm kind of mad, actually. I'm low-key mad because I was like, I'm going to hit him with the Air Stab, and he's going to be like, dang, I didn't think of that.
Well, I know you don't have my next 2, so... and I did put like some wild card ones, like possibly, but the Air Stab, I feel like is one of those classic models that it's been retroed a few times. Like they've come out with other colorways and stuff like that. People have always slept on the Stab. It's not like a really conventional shape. It's got like a really classic shape. But it can definitely be modernized, and I could definitely see Virgil doing something to it.
Yep.
I also got the Air Trainer SC High Bo Jackson. I have a trainer on here. Now, I wouldn't have said this trainer, the SC High, if it wasn't for him doing the Jordan 5. Do you like the Off-White Jordan 5?
I do.
Okay.
I don't like the white one, though, but I do like the black one.
I'm going to tell you this. I absolutely love that Off-White Jordan 5. And I seen it in person, and I've held it, and people don't realize how dramatically different it is.
No, I do like it. I like how it's like a takedown. Like it's lighter, it's thinner.
It's
I like all
way thinner.
I like all those elements.
It's so much more dramatically different than a regular Jordan 5, but people don't know it because they haven't seen it yet or held it or anything. It's way different. Like, I wish they made all Jordan 5s like this. But I feel like something similar could be done to a trainer. I think he does need to throw a trainer in the collection. He has one basketball model in the collection. Well, Jordan 1s, but we don't really consider that a basketball model. Here's the Jordan 1, and he has the Hyper Dunk, like you said. And I think he should add some type of trainer into it. He has 97s, he has 90s. But the the Air Trainer SC High Bo Jackson, I think would be a good one. You can still wear it casually. There's a low top version of it. I love it. And my last one I got. It's a big shoe.
I'm looking at it right now. It's a big shoe.
I don't think it's as big as a Jordan 5.
I guess it's because that midsole is huge, man.
It is a pretty big midsole. But I would like to see something done with it. Maybe not that trainer, but maybe some type of trainer, but nothing with Velcro. I don't want to see a Velcro trainer.
Yeah.
Or if he did do a Velcro trainer, take the Velcro off, whatever.
Yep.
And my last one that I have is Foamposite. I've talked about this numerous times on this podcast. The Foamposite is a top 5 greatest sneaker of all time. One, because when it originally came out, of how much money it was and how dramatically different it was, you didn't know if that was going to last. I honestly, back then, when we were younger, when the first Royal Foamposite came out, I thought that was it. You know, they may come out with a white one and a black one, that's it. And then they came out with the white one with the Pro for Pippen, with the swoosh on it, and then they kept coming out. People don't realize Foamposites are still coming out regularly. And some of them sell out.
Yep.
Now, Nike has never been successful at making another Foamposite model. They had Flightposites. Flightposites were cool, but they were never like the original Foamposites.
They did the Hyperposit. They also did the Hyperposite.
Yeah. They even did the LeBron 4, whatever model. It was all Foamposite material, but it wasn't the same as the original Penny Foamposite. And the Foamposite is one of those sneakers that never had a low-top version as well. They never made a low-top version. They never altered the Foamposite any other way. They've added different colors, shininess, glitter, scales. They've done it all. But I would love to see Virgil do something unique to the Foamposite.
That's so funny. I swear you jacked my list.
Why, you got foam on it?
Hell yeah, I have foams on it.
You didn't have foams on it. Bruh,
my 3. I even posted about foams the other day. Did you see my post?
I did.
So, number 3, I got the Nike Stab, Air Stab. So, you've already talked about that. I don't need to say anything more. Number 2, I actually have the Air Jordan 2.
Oh, a Jordan 2?
Yep. Because I think that of all the Jordans, it's either that one or the 10s that are like the least are the least favorite for people.
You think you should do the 2 even though Don C did?
So that's what I thought about. But like that was such a long time ago. And if you think about in terms of like collabs and like special stuff, that's the only time a Jordan 2 ever got shine.
Oh yeah.
Like outside of that, they've never really done any special colorways. Maybe like the Mellow 2 PE. But
they
other
did
than
the bin 2. They had like a bin 2.
Yeah, they did the bin 2s.
That's so rare though. That doesn't even count.
So like I was thinking I was gonna go Jordan 10 or Jordan 2, and I chose the 2. But like
I actually think the 2 would be better.
Yeah, I do too. I think the shape would be better. But yeah, when was the last time like a Jordan 2 even came out? It's been a while.
I'm trying to think. Oh no, one just came out like 3 weeks ago? One came out the same week as the black Air Tech Challenge Lavas. They're women's though. They're multicolored.
Oh yeah. Those suck though.
Wait, have you seen them in hand?
No.
Oh my goodness, you gotta see them in hand. I mean,
wait, no, I have. Okay, I haven't seen them in hand. I walked by them in the store. I didn't like pick it up or anything.
In hand, I was in Undefeated. Like this might be one of the greatest Jordan 2s of all time. Like I'm telling you, the materials on that were ridiculous. I was like, this is really nice. Like, it's really nice.
Like one shoe is like kind of green, right? And then
yeah, they're like, I don't want to say but you know, both shoes are different colors or something. Yep.
So I said Jordan 2, and then number 1 was the Foamposite, because I just think it's time. Like they need something to bring it back, because people just kind of laugh at foams now.
Did you ever wear foams?
I did. I still have the blue penny OG ones. I mean, I'll keep those, but I never wear them. The last time I wore a foam was the Gucci foams.
Oh,
the black ones Gucci foams with the gum sole.
Yeah, I have.
It was like I wore them during like a typhoon, because those things are indestructible.
Yo, me and Rosil was watching a documentary on typhoons in Japan. Man, that was terrifying.
Yeah, Taipei gets hit pretty hard with typhoons every year too. Some of them are no joke, man. I've seen my fair share of like flash floods and stuff.
I just couldn't live in an environment with. There are things. Let me tell you something. I will die and kill and die for my family, but there is nothing like a natural disaster to make you feel helpless.
I remember in high school there was this one, because I used to live on the first floor of this apartment. There was one time I like came out of the shower and my entire floor was like shin high in water, and I was like, "What? Like, what is happening right now?" It was just flooded, man.
Dude, what happens after stuff like that? Like, does they just come clean it up? Like,
oh, you just got you just got to like find a way to like shovel the water out, and then just gotta, kind of move all the furniture you got and like try to just stack them on top of each other and wait till the water recedes.
Oh, that's crazy. See, I can't do stuff like tornadoes and hurricanes and all that. I can't.
That stuff scares me. Like
that stuff is terrifying.
Can you imagine like living in the Midwest and like a level 5 tornado? Like, my God.
Dude, that's why I keep saying, like, I'm worried that, like, a big disaster could happen now. We're trying to, like, stay away from each other. If hurricane season hits Florida and they got to evacuate and go places, they're going to all be huddled in somewhere, and it's never going to stop.
Oh, for sure. Like, you'd be in, like, a football arena, and everyone's going to catch it.
I'm like, our medical staff right now don't have time to be dealing with hurricane people, tornadoes, and floods and stuff like that.
Yep.
I did have like, as kind of like a wild card or honorable mention for like Virgil. is a Kobe. I don't know what Kobe, and I don't know if I actually want to see that happen. I wrote it, but I don't know if I want to see that happen.
I think it'll happen. I just think it'll be a long time from now.
I feel like he did a Jordan, then he did a Jordan 1, so I should feel fine with him doing a Kobe. But I feel like right now, considering, like, I feel like Nike had some big plans this year for like some Kobe models, maybe. But everything was happening. I don't know if that changed or maybe they really didn't. But I feel like Kobe sneakers right now, you just want a Kobe. Like, you don't want it altered. You don't want a new color. You want a Lakers colorway. You just want a Kobe. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, how do you feel about Undefeated still doing Kobe collabs?
Well, I was fine with it because that stuff was like, we had already seen pictures and the possibilities of that before Kobe actually passed. So it was like, I was cool with it. And I think they already had plans for a lot of this stuff to take place. My concern is that we all want them now. You know?
Right.
Like, who doesn't want them now?
Yeah.
Like, we all wanted them then, but now we all want them now. The Laker fan wants them now. Not the sneakerhead, but the Laker fan.
Right.
Like, it's one thing. It's one thing when, like, I gotta battle you because you like Kobe's as well. Like, we gotta battle all the sneakerheads. But it's another thing when now we gotta battle the entire world. Like, whether you have any sneakers whatsoever, if you just love Kobe, hey, I'll try to get a pair of these too. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I don't know. You want to do our top 10? It's getting late.
Yep, let's do it.
So we said we were going to do, well, actually, I didn't even say this in the beginning of the show. We're doing top 10 pink sneakers to us. Now, we've done this.
You this.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Well, we've done it before on this show. I don't remember when. Yeah, we did it a while ago. And I remember doing it like once I was like making my list. I was like, I've definitely done this before. I think it was a long time ago. But you did send that because you had wore When Pigs Fly, right?
Yep.
Which it better be on your list.
Well, let's not jump the gun. Okay.
Wait a minute, because you did put in your caption on IG, "Is this the best pink shoe of all time?"
Chill. Let's go through the list. Let's relax.
Oh my gosh, Jay, I'm telling you, you better have it on the list.
I'm just building the excitement. All right.
All right. So like I said, Jay and I are doing top 10 pink sneakers to us. And I had asked Jay, I said, are we doing sneakers that got pink on them or pink sneakers? And you said
predominantly, yes, it has to be the predominant color.
Okay. And the one that you told me is on your list, I was shocked.
Because you don't consider it pink?
No. I do. I mean, yeah, I do, but I was shocked because I don't think I've ever heard you talk about that sneaker. I was like, wait a minute, that's the one? And
hey man, I gotta make sure I cover my bases. I have a lot of fans out there that I got to appease. So.
All right, settle down. All right, you have any honorable mentions?
You want me to go first?
Do you have any honorable mentions?
I do.
Okay, what honorable mentions?
I got Air Max 95 pink foam, the ones that just came out.
Yeah. Pink is not the predominant color on that.
It's white and pink.
It's like gray, isn't it?
It's like white, pink, and gray.
And that's a stretch.
Okay, fine. That's why it's on a mention. I got the foam posit rust pink.
That one, now, okay, that, I had to choose between the two foam posits. I picked the pearlized one. The rust pink one is much more wearable now.
Yes.
And better looking.
Yes.
But when the pearlized came out, I was shocked at how good it actually looked.
That rust pink is a nice color on that foam, man.
It really is. It really is.
When I was looking at it, I was like, dang, these look kind of fire.
They do. A Foamposite will do that to you every once in a while. You won't buy it, but you'll see a Foamposite and be like, man, that joint kind of fire.
Yeah, like you know which pair always gets me still is the one that came out like 2 years ago. It was that like the blue mirrors.
Oh yeah, of course. Those are fire.
Every time I see it, I'm like, yo, these are crazy.
Those and the burgundy, it was like maroon with the gum bottoms. Every time I see those, I'm like, like maybe I could just stash a pair. I refuse to buy any more Foamposites right now. I have my same 5. I got copper, stealths, royals. Shoot, I have 2 more. I don't remember what they are. One of them, maybe pearls.
That's about 3 too many.
Oh, relax. What else you got? Honorable mentions. That's it.
One more. Jordan 1 NYC to Paris.
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, because at first I was like, wait a minute, what's the underneath color? Because that color is gray, and I was like, wait a minute, like I'm about to nominate something I haven't seen the underneath of, and then you rub it away and it's pink on the bottom.
That's a good one. I like that. All right. Well, then I'm gonna go. You want me to go first?
Yep.
I'm gonna go first, and I'm gonna do all 10 because it's easier for me to edit. So my number 10, I got the pink Foamposite Pearlized Pink. I have that one because, that color is way too strong for a sneaker as bulky as a Foamposite.
For sure.
But when it came out, it didn't look that bad. Like, I would never wear it, but anytime I saw anybody wearing it, I never thought it looked awful on them. I thought it was actually done pretty well.
This wasn't a breast cancer awareness, right? This was just a regular Foamposite.
I feel like it came out during like the K-Yow period.
I mean, because that color is like straight up K-Yow style.
Yeah, I feel like it did, but I can't remember. Number 9, I got the KD4 Aunt Pearl. I love the KD4. The Aunt Pearl is probably one of the better Aunt Pearl models. Like, the KD4 is a very minimal basketball shoe, so it's not too bad. The pink is a little bit bright, which is why I have it at number 9. It's like, it's borderline dark neon pink,
Yep.
But it's cool. Number 8, I got the LeBron Icon, the John Elliott pink.
Oh, okay.
I love that model shoe. Now, when I had bought a few when they got on sale. I had bought the gold ones, and I tried them on. I wasn't feeling them that much, but I love that pink one. Like, I didn't buy the pink one because I have too many pink shoes already. And if I haven't worn any of those pink ones, I'm not going to wear those. It's still.
Do you only have the gold and pink one? I liked the white one the most.
Well, the all white one or the OG color one? The white black.
I like both. I like the OG one more, but I like both.
You know what? I think it's safe to say I think I like them all. I think I like all of them.
Yeah.
I don't think there was one I didn't like. I mean, the all black one is all black, but I actually think I kind of liked all of them. Number 7, I got the Nike SB Dunk Pink Box. I liked this sneaker when it first came out. I just wasn't buying it because it was an SB. But, a lot of people know when it comes to Nike SBs, the varied colors of boxes, the gold box, the blue box, the teal box, black box, pink box, orange box. And Nike had started doing, it was a silver box. Nike had started doing like SBs that represented the colored boxes of that era or whatever. And there was a pink box Dunk SB Low. And it was nice. The only issue I had with it was way too light of a pink. Like,
it's like so soft. It's like
it was so soft you could barely see.
It's pink sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, it was really soft, but I liked it. Number 6, I got the New Balance 997 Concept Rosés. I mean, I just love the model of the shoe. I love majority of Concept's collaborations. That rosé one is fire. When that rosé colorway was like cracking off everywhere, that was the model to have, and I think that model still goes for a pretty good amount of money. Number 5. I got Jordan 1 Rust Pink.
Georgia somewhere. rolling right now.
Look, I love rust pinks. They're just overrated. Like, you swap out one color and throw pink, you swap it out and put green, you swap it out and put blue. It's the same thing. There is no reason why rust pinks should be $3,200, son.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous, though.
Number 4, I got Dunk Miss Pac-Man's SBs. Love those. That's still a top 10 dunk of all time to me. If there people love to talk about like the way the sneaker pops when you wear it, oh, nothing popped like a Miss Pac-Man. That sneaker is so fire.
Yeah, I guess that is pink. When I first originally saw it, I was like, yeah, it is a pink.
Yeah. Number 3, I got When Pigs Fly. Like, I mean, come on. Like, I would have put it number 1 if 1, I had it. 2, if
Wait, what? You don't have it?
No, because I didn't want to buy it when George bought it. That was the thing. So this is what happened when it came out.
Wait,
George had bought.
Wait, hold on. Let me do my best George impersonation right now. Man, what?
I don't have it.
Man,
like
what?
So this is what happened when it came out. George had bought 2 of them, I think, and this is back when George was buying SBs, and I could have got them. Like, I could have got them, and I said, nah, I don't want them because I didn't like the silver on it. And I wasn't too keen on a pink high. I felt like a high was too much of a shoe to have that much pink on it. And then I still didn't see the shoe, and I remember George had got him, but his shoe was missing, like, he had bought the special box pair. He was missing the lace locks. He was missing, like, pieces to it. So I had never saw it because he was, like, going back and forth with concepts. Hello?
Yeah.
Oh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, okay. He was going back and forth with them trying to get all the pieces. Then one day, me and him had met up at, like, Tanger Outlet, the mall, and he was wearing them. It was like I was looking at the face of, I mean, I couldn't believe it. Like, it was like looking at your wife on the wedding day. Like,
oh boy! Now I know George has a soft spot in your heart.
I was like, this dunk is the greatest dunk I have ever seen. The Nike SB Dunk When Pigs Fly is my favorite dunk of all time. But they're too much money.
Why didn't you ever go back and buy them?
Because they jumped up so fast. Like, this is when, like, dunks were slowly starting to fade away, and those were at, like, $280, $300.
Yeah,
I wasn't paying that for a dunk. Now, they're about $500, $600, $700, $800.
It's so crazy, man. It's so crazy, this whole dunk wave right now. It's kind of scary,
it really is.
Actually.
It really is kind of scary. You know? I feel like it's going to fade quick, though.
The dunk prices jumped up faster than people getting corona.
You better apologize for that for somebody send you some mad messages. Number 2, I got the Jordan 6 Aleli May. That Jordan 6 Aleli May to me is a top 5 Jordan 6 colorway of all time, and it was probably the best sneaker of that year when it came out. Like, it didn't get the respect that it did.
No,
because
that's what I was gonna say. Is that like when it came
out that year?
I felt like there was another 6 that came out right before that, and people were just like, "Nah." Like, it's all right.
I think Sacai Waffles came out the same year as those. Sacai Waffle and Cactus Plant. I think that came out the same year as Aleli Mays. And them joints are fire. Period. Like,
did you buy a pair?
100%, like, without a question, but they're too much money in my size. 100%, them joints are fire. Okay?
Yeah, you're going $400 to $600, man. That's crazy.
I can't do
for
that
a Jordan 6.
Because I know I wouldn't wear it. Like, I'd wear it a couple times, but I wouldn't wear it as much as I would. And number 1, this might seem extremely whack to a lot of people and lame, but number 1, I got Adidas Continental, the pinks, because you can't mess that up. It's the right shade of pink, and you can wear it literally with anything. Like, people don't understand how great Continentals are. Like, you can wear them with anything. I've worn them with dress pants before. Like, they're
Is that the one with the red stripe down the side?
Yeah. Like, the pink version of it, I have 3 pinks, and I have 4 or 5 of the Vault colorways. The pink is so perfect on the Adidas Continental, and the shoe and the leather is so perfect. It's undeniable, period. Like, I love it. So that's my top 10. Jay, what you got?
That is very high for an Adidas Continental.
Bruh, Adidas making the list is crazy, let alone being number 1. Like, I could have put another NMD, or I could have put a Human Race or something, but nah, that Continental, period. I don't care what anybody says. That Continental is undeniable fire, and it's affordable. You can wear it.
You're going to get another 45 messages in your DM tomorrow morning.
Yeah, you could get a lot of weird stuff. What you got?
Number 10, I got the Concepts New Balance 997 Rose.
Way too low.
Okay.
You hate New Balance.
I don't hate New Balance, but I actually agree with Tapes that if I start buying New Balance, I'm going to buy a lot of New Balance. And then the problem that I find is that a lot of them are like kind of similar. You know what I mean? Like, I like
really are.
I like certain shapes, and certain shades that they use for their color blocking. And I feel like if I like one of them, I would like another one, and then another one, and then another one, and then it's just like it just won't stop.
Tapes was right. It does happen with New Balances. Like, once you start buying one, you can't stop. But what sucks with New Balances is that you lose the passion for them really quick. You end up with like 15 pairs, and then be like, I don't like any of these no more. Yeah. And then you're like, crud, I got 15 pairs of New Balances now.
And because they all look the same. So if you like them, you like them all. And if you don't like them, then you're stuck with all the ones that you bought.
I got at least 4 or 5 pair of New Balances that all have some shade of pink in them, and they're all DS. So it's like, yep.
Number 9, I got the KD4 on Pearl.
Oh, yep.
Number 8, I got the SB Dunk Stussy Cherry.
I was so surprised with that.
Why?
Do you have it?
Of course not.
Oh, okay.
That shoe's going for like $8,000.
Okay, you have a lot of stuff. Okay. I was surprised because I've never heard you talk about it. I really haven't heard you talk about the fact that you said you bought those. What are they? Vintage dunks?
Yeah, the dirty denims.
The dirty denims. I'm like, what the heck? Jay out here buying. You posting that picture of wearing When Pigs Fly. I was like, what is going on? I'm like, man. I'm like, he got a fever?
Hey, man. Like, hey, whoa. We don't use that kind of language around here. You get me locked up. You're trying to get me locked up. Taken away from my family. Trying to get me taken away from my family.
I'm like, yo, Jay posting an SB high dunk on. I was like, this ain't no Jordan 1.
You better keep that F word out of your mouth.
All right. Oh, what else you got?
Number 7, I got the Air Max 1 Clot Rose Gold.
Air Max 7 Clot.
Air Max 1. Gold. Air Max 1 Clot Rose Gold.
Clot Rose Gold?
Yes, look it up. It's the one that, it was like a super limited pair. That they just came out this year.
Air Max 1?
Sorry, Air Force 1. My bad. Air Force.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, what? Yeah, okay.
My bad.
I like it, but I like the blue ones better.
Yeah, I can see that. The box it came with, though. Oh, my God. The wooden box with, like, the Chinese, like, the Asian, like, latches, the closing latches. Yo, that is...
You got it?
No, I don't. I'm just saying that it came with like a special box. It's amazing.
Oh, I didn't see the box.
It's all wood. It comes in an all wood box, and it looks like you would put like expensive tea inside of it. Number 6, the Kobe 6 KO.
Okay, I knew you were gonna put that on there. I thought about it, but Kobe 6 to me, I don't know why I've lost so much love for the Kobe 6
over like the past like year or so. You've given up on the Kobe 6.
I used to have a grip of them too, and I don't know what it is about that shoe. It just doesn't do it for me anymore.
Number 5. Okay, so number 5, you might say I don't know. I still think of this as a pink shoe, even though it's not. I had the KD7 All Pro.
KD7, is that the one that had like the wing?
Yeah, it's a white shoe though.
Oh, that shoe is white. See,
but I think of pink though with that shoe.
I mean, it has pink on it. Dude, that shoe, actually, wait a minute. That shoe might be the smallest amount of pink of all time on it. Oh my God. It has pink lace loops and a pink air bubble. The entire shoe is white and gold.
And a pink breast cancer ribbon on the back.
It has pink fly wire. All right. See, I could have put high lava. I could have put AirTech Challenge 2 lavas on here if you're gonna do that.
Okay, fine. Bump that down to honorable mention, and then bump up the Jordan 1 NYC to Paris thing.
You succumb to the pure pressure. What else you got?
Number 4 is the Air Max 1 Por La Familia.
Oh, why didn't I put that on my list?
Come on, son.
Oh, I'm super trash.
You are so trash, bro.
I was in my closet trying to find some pink ones. I am so whack. Oh my God, that would have been in my top 5.
Your whole state is gonna think your list is trash, bro. Everyone on the thread is gonna think you're trash. George already thinks you're trash, so
I am super trash. I would have had that Por La Familia in my top 5 guarantee.
I just bought them and I put them in my list.
Oh my God, I made this off the top of my head, majority of it, and trying to think of my closet, and I don't know how I didn't think about it. I'm trash.
So did I. That was actually like the 3rd entry I put in.
I'm super trash for that. What you got?
Number 3 is Jordan 1 Rust Pink.
Yep.
Number 2, Aleli May 6.
Yep.
And number 1, SB When Pigs Fly.
I was finna say, you better have it on the list. If you didn't have When Pigs on the list, you had to delete your post.
Oh my God. How did you... I'm shocked that you don't own them. Like, how do you not have them?
Can't afford them, no. I missed that window. And then...
You can't afford them and you just bought 6 Continentals.
Bro, I bought 6 Continentals that probably cost a combined $108. Like, that's nothing. All right? Like, man. And you know what? There was plenty of times where I could have got pairs when SB super fell off. I could have got a pair. Even a couple pairs that were, like, used. And I was like, nah. I think every person has them except me. I think you got them. I think Rico has them. I don't know about Tapes. Andy has them. George had them. I didn't even know he sold his. He's goofy.
I think that the Pigs Fly might be my 2nd pair of Dunks I've bought. Might have been the first. Might have been my first
when they came out?
Dunks I ever bought. No. I didn't buy them when they came out.
How much you paid for them?
Man, I can't. I paid for them at the point when you said that they were too high when SBs were at their low. I paid like $270, $280 maybe.
So that's good. Now I'd pay that now.
Yeah. I mean, I just I bought them in China though. That's when people in China weren't really like hoarding Dunks like that. Even in China, the dunk prices are going up.
I was going to ask you that. People wearing Dunks out there?
They're starting to. It's crazy out here. It's starting to go up. For example, plums. Plums are, like I said, there's a size 10 at like one of the big shops that was selling them for $200 still.
That's crazy.
And I asked the thread whether I should go ahead, and everyone said yes, and I still decided not to. I just can't do it, man. I can't like start buying like all the SB lows that are dropping. Like it's too much. It's too much, man. I'm not gonna do it.
Well, you gotta stop buying something else then. Stop buying so much Jordan 1s.
Maybe I'll stop buying so many diapers.
Yeah, right. You could grace us, slap you in half. And that's no joke. You started trying to sacrifice baby stuff.
Yeah. She sacrificed me.
Yeah, that's a 100% fact. All right, Jay, I got to get off of here. It's almost 1
Hey,
o'clock
brother.
here. Actually, it
Hey,
is 1
hey.
o'clock.
Stay safe out there, huh?
All right, man. Don't sound so scary.
I'm just saying. I'm not trying to freak you out. I'm just saying that right now, like, I'm from the future. You got to take what I say, and I just flew back with Doc. All right, so in a month's time, things will settle down. But for right now, you got to stay vigilant, man.
I'm about to have a stern talk with my family tomorrow. Like, look, all right. Jay said we gotta watch ourselves out here.
Yeah, because it's not you, right? It's not you. It's the dude at Walmart that's like touching the fruit and then putting it back. Like,
yeah, see, that's what I keep telling people. It's like, it don't matter how good I am. It's that person that, like, I stand on the elevator with. I don't know what they've been doing.
for sure. Like the whole mask thing, it's not going to prevent people from getting it, but it's going to keep the people that are sick, like, contained, right? Like,
Right.
it doesn't matter if I'm wearing a mask if the dude that actually is sick is coughing on me.
Right. Huh. Oh, well, I'm glad we had that discussion. It's something to think about, and I hope people listen to it and take it very seriously.
Yeah, brother.
All right, Jay. I'm about to get out of here.
All right. I'll see you.
All right, take it easy. You stay safe.
I will do, bro.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody. Appreciate everybody who listens. Like, subscribe, review if you have the time. Hopefully, we provided some additional information on, the coronavirus, some insight into China, just some entertainment, just for you guys in general. That's the sneak diss. Pow, 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 pow. Add a little twist to it.